The University of Ghana Stadium, the venue again for this crunch, much anticipated encounter. Dreams FC, they are playing at home, and Swedru All Blacks will be the visitors for this match day 11 encounter of the 2025-26 Ghana Premier League. Temperatures around 29 degrees Celsius. Earlier, we had some heavy downpour, but that should help the sets of teams to actually put their best together on this lush, beautiful turf here from the University of Ghana Stadium. My name is Josiah Okokwe, and it's Dreams FC hoping to make it 2 home wins on the bounce as they face All Blacks. All Blacks, they are in search for their very first point away from home since their return back to the top flight. Don't forget that we are live on TV3. We're also live on Unia TV and also streaming live on Adesa Plaza. We are proudly supported by Dewa 539, so you can enjoy your day and end it like a champion each day as we wind down to 7 p.m. and you can choose between 1 to 39 with the odds always stack in your favor. So with as little as 5 Ghana cedis, you can multiply your stake by as much as 50,000 or 5,000 with a 4 direct, and then also with a 5 direct at 50,000 times your stake. You can play by dialing *446# or even visiting our website dewa-nla.com. And don't also forget to follow the Ghana Premier League across the various social media platforms. So on IG, on X, formerly Twitter, and then also on Snapchat, it's Ghana League. And then also on YouTube, Facebook, and then also TikTok, it is Ghana Premier League. We're still counting down to kickoff time here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC hosting Swedru All Blacks. But for now, there's a mini documentary from Kasapreko.
A vision was born, a vision to manufacture and serve the people of Ghana and the world with exceptional alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. This vision became the foundation of Kasapreko PLC, a true embodiment of passion, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Our story begins with a humble garage facility where our founder, Dr. Kwabna Ejay, dared to dream big.
I started with only 5 people, 5 people, and everything was then done manually. For 5 years, it was only this tank that we were using. We were using our hand to do the threading, do the labeling. We were cooking the bottles manually with hot water and boiling our bottle with firewood. I used to put my hand in the hot water and give it to the ladies to wash.
Fueled by an unwavering determination, he embarked on a journey to create a company that would not only redefine the beverage industry, but also uplift the lives of the people it served. With limited resources but boundless ambition, Dr. Ejay started experimenting with the finest local ingredients, meticulously crafting unique recipes that would captivate the senses. Every day was a learning experience, a step closer to perfection. Through trials and triumphs, he transformed the garage into a laboratory of taste, innovation, and quality. As the word spread about our remarkable beverages, the demand grew exponentially. From the humble beginnings, Kasapreko PLC expanded its operations, investing in state-of-the-art production facilities and assembling a team of passionate experts. Our commitment to excellence drove us to pioneer groundbreaking techniques and technologies, ensuring that every bottle that left our facility was a testament to our unwavering standards. But our journey doesn't stop there. Kasapreko PLC is more than a beverage manufacturer. It is a catalyst for positive change. Guided by the belief that businesses should serve a greater purpose, we launched the One for Life campaign, a revolutionary initiative focused on saving lives and spreading hope.
Where every bottle you purchase, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. And as the last 2 years, our contribution has saved 53 patients.
Additionally, we extend support to vulnerable communities through the donation of mechanized boreholes, enhancing access to clean water. The impact of the One for Life campaign is profound. It goes beyond just the financial contribution. It creates a ripple effect of hope and healing within communities. Today, Kasapreko PLC stands tall as a respected name in the beverage industry, proudly bearing the legacy of its founders' humble beginnings. We continue to innovate, crafting an extensive portfolio of exceptional alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks that cater to the diverse taste and preferences of our customers. But our success is not measured solely by profits or market share. It is measured by the smiles we bring, the lives we touch, and the positive impact we make. We remain committed to our roots, embracing our responsibility to uplift communities and empower individuals through sustainable business practices and impactful initiatives. As we journey forward, we invite you to be a part of our story, a story that celebrates the spirit of Ghana, the power of innovation, and the boundless potential of humanity. Together, let us raise a glass to a brighter future, one filled with great beverages, heartfelt connections, and a shared commitment to making a positive difference in the world. This is the story of Kasapreko PLC, a story of passion, purpose, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Cheers to the journey ahead.
I want to watch them out.
Sunday special from the University of Ghana Stadium, where it's Dreams FC hosting Swedru All Blacks in this crunch match day 11 Ghana Premier League fixture. It's still the continuous coverage of the Ghana Premier League. We're live on TV3. We're also live on Unia TV as well as streaming live on the SAP Plaza. We are proudly supported by Dewa 539. So you can always end your day like a champion with Dewa 539. So with the odds stacking in your favor, you just have to choose from 1 to 39 numbers, and you can multiply your stake by 5,000 odds. That's with a 4 direct, and then by whooping 50,000 odds, that is the 5 direct. You can play now on or by dialing star 446 hash, or even visiting our website dewa-nla.com. We're still building up to that big game here from the University of Ghana Stadium, where kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. But we'll be going around some of the match venues to see which games are going on. And I'm joined here pitchside with... Oh, I'm joined here by Coach Ebenezer Sefa. He's going to be my guest for today. Coach, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tushar.
Yeah, it's been a while, but you're looking good.
You're looking good too. I've been watching you on TV.
Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking good, and
thank you.
You're doing your very best. But Coach, let's begin with the fixtures coming up. Let's make a stop in Samra Boy. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The visitors, they'll be taking on Samatex 1996. It's still goalless in that particular game. What are we expecting from that big one?
Well, I'm expecting a very good game. The first game over there, Kotoko won by 2-1. Second game, Samatex won by a lone goal. And then last season, they drew 1-1. I mean, Kotoko going into this game having injury situations. Karim Zito worried about his injury situation in camp. And coupled to the performance of Kotoko in their last game against Young Apostles in the midweek, outstanding game, cause for alarm for the Kumasi Asante Kotoko lads. And I think that Samatex look poised for this particular game. They are yet to lose a game at home this season. Yeah. They are a very strong side. In the likes of Ebenezer Akwa, the centre back, you talk of Sian, the captain on the left side. And of course, Emmanuel Mama is in very good shape. Ewa Adramani, look at the goal he scored against Mediema in Takwa. So Kotoko are going to face a very tough opposition. But this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko you're talking about. I know it stands 0-0 as of now, but we have to see what happens.
Let's move a bit up north, where in Wenchi, it's another big team. That's Accra Hearts of Oak. They're also the visitors, but this time they are playing against the resurgent Young Apostles. And it's still barring after about 8 minutes. Is that game Hearts of Oak can win, especially looking at their away record?
Well, Hearts of Oak has an opportunity of winning because the last 2 games of Young Apostles has gone bad. They lost in Accra, and then they also went to lose in Kumasi. And the circumstance that they lost, they've complained bitterly. And I listened to their communication director who was talking about the players are not even confident in playing Hearts of Oak. For Hearts of Oak, they have a certain Solomon Agbashi in goal post for them. Though Benjamin Asaro is injured, he'll be out for some time. But in the game against All Blacks at Swedru, has picked the point in that game. And it was a game between Solomon Agbasi and, of course, Swedru All Blacks. But in this particular game, if Young Apostle wants to pick all the 3 points, they need to pick all the second balls in midfield. Abdul Karim is back into the setup, Opon Fane is back into the setup, and George Paco. This is the young chap from Accra Lions to Hearts of Oak, and he has made his mark. In as much that Hearts of Oak have issues with their strikers, Hamza Issa, and then, of course, Duku. Yeah. They struggle to score. But if Wayo comes in, he normally does something good for them. Kakari is also on the field of play. So I believe that it's going to be a difficult game for both sides. And for me, I think the Hearts of Oak stands a chance of probably picking all the 3 points or go home by a point.
All right, so Coach Ebenezer Sefa, my guest for today, he believes that Hearts of Oak have got what it takes to upset Young Apostles, the home side. But let's take a step backwards a bit, but we might be heading straight for a commercial break, because in all the 3 p.m. kickoff games, it's goalless in all the matches across the various match venues. But then it's Sunday special from the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC taking on Swedru All Blacks. Yesterday at the TNA Stadium, it was Mediema also failing to take advantage of the fact that they were playing at home, and they drew against Bechem United.
I give credit to Coach Emisa and his boys. I mean, his game plan worked for him. And I believe that, looking at the tactics and system that was played by Bechem United, they have every cause to celebrate. At the end of the day, he managed to put an experienced and one of the best players in the local scene in Gerson Okra on the bench. Tompo was on the bench. And for me, I think that Coach Ibrahim Tako, he should have at least not started the guys that went to Japan and Korea. I'm talking of Nkrumah and, of course, Prince Owusu. Because for me, they never gave 100% for Mediema. So in midfield, he has to take Salim Adams and, of course, some of the guys in midfield. But on the whole, Okra had a very glorious opportunity in the last embrace of the game when he came on. His first touch could have even ended a goal for Bechem United, but with the experience of Che in goal for Midiama, he was able to save that. So Midiama was lucky to have even picked a point in the game playing against Bechem United. So for me, I was happy I saw Bechem because Coach Ebise's third game, he lost the first game, and then of course he came back to Bechem and then he won. For me, I think that this is a game that they did very well. Tactically and technically, they were good. Frank Amakwai in midfield, he has played for 11 Wonders before. Gold Stars, won the league with Gold Stars. So look at the experience that he has. And if you have Tompo on the bench coming in the last 15 minutes of the game, it clearly tells you that the coach was planning something. I knew Tanko had wanted to go the 3 back in the last 20 minutes, but because of Augustine Okra, he sucked to his back foot. So for me, I think that it was a very good game and a fair reflection of what we witnessed yesterday.
Thank you very much. We're still building up to our featured live game for today from the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC hosting Swedru All Blacks. We are headed for our final break. We'll be right back. Sunday special, and the University of Ghana Stadium is the home grounds for Dreams FC in this particular one against Swedru All Blacks. So Dreams FC, they are coming into this game from match day 10 with a victory against Hoho United at the Tubash Tutev. But now it is All Blacks that stands between them and 3 valuable points, and that's the dressing room already. But coach, this is a big one. Dreams FC, they are chasing consecutive home wins, but for All Blacks, they are yet to pick up a point away from home.
It's very sad for All Blacks. I saw their fans, singing and then shouting. This is what I was expecting from them. Today you could clearly see from their coach that he's calm. There's no pressure on him. And if you recall what happened at the Swedru Park against Hasselfolk, for me, the difference was the Solomon Agbashi and then Swedru All Blacks. As you said, in their last 4 away games, they've never won any. They lost to Nations by 2-1. They took the lead. They lost to Aduana by 2-1. They took the lead. They lost to Mediama. They lost to Samates. And for me, I think that Dreams FC, in their last 3 games, they've won. They've been very impressive. Domo and his last are doing very well. Sludge, Swedru is leading with 3 goals. And for me, a player that was loaned from Hasselfolk who couldn't make the mark. But today, you give credit to the coaches of Dreams FC that they've brought him up. They've given him a new role as an auxiliary. So I think that, look, it's definitely going to be a big game this afternoon. I saw Rudolph, who scored 27 goals in Division 1. But out of the 10 games, he scored 2. But I saw him giving his fans a sign that he's going to score today. It's definitely going to be a tough one. They are playing the 4-4-2. And of course, Dreams is going the 3-5-2 with variation 5-3-2 system. I believe that we are definitely going to see a midfield challenge. We're going to see a tactical from the 2 handlers. Ahmed Fati and of course, Dormon. It's definitely going to be a difficult one, but you can trust Dreams FC. In their last 3 games, they've been awesome. They play so well. All Blacks are doing very well, but I think that if they can calm down, take their chances, and make sure that the second balls, they'll pick the second balls in midfield, then that is where I think they'll give Dreams FC a hell of a time. But I think that we're definitely going to witness a very good game this afternoon.
Interesting. Now let's listen to the coaches of both sides. We caught up with Winfred Dormon. He's the gaffer for Dreams FC, and then also Ahmed Fati, the head coach for Swedru All Blacks.
Well, I'm expecting a very, very competitive game. I'm expecting a team that we will take a game to Swedru All Blacks. We want to win this game because in the last 3 games, we seem to be picking some interesting points. So we are here this afternoon to make sure we continue on a good run.
Actually, it was a big challenge for us to get good result outside. We did last week very good game, and we trying to solve our problems and analyze all our mistakes. And now we coming today to try to get the first winning against the Dreams here, and I hope we can succeed for this to start again a new beginning together here for away matches.
So Wilfred Dormon believes that they have what it takes to win here at the University of Ghana Stadium. But Ahmed Fati, the head coach of Swedru All Blacks, is also hoping that he can break that awful away jinx. So that is the lineup for Dreams FC. A 3-back, like we said, but then there's Surat, who has been awesome for Dreams FC all season, and 2 top of Opon, and then also Kolani up there for Dreams FC. So that's the setup. Just one change from their win on match day 10 against Toho United.
You know, the difference is going to be the pitch. The Dreams FC last 3 home games has been a tuba. That's an AstroTurf. This is going to be a grass. And that's why I think that the All Blacks players are happy, because they believe that they also train on the grass pitch and then they play on the grass pitch. But look, it doesn't make much difference. I mean, you spoke about Suraj Swedru. I mean, I think that he's done so well. I mean, looking at the 2 strikers, Hafiz Halassan of All Blacks and, of course, Rudolph Mensah. These are guys on any day can put pressure on any defense. But look at the centre-backs of Dreams FC. Talk of Yaro and, of course, Christian. These are very good guys. They have a very good goalkeeper in the presence of Asesco. I mean, for me, I think that we're definitely going to see tactical play. And I want to see the players that are going to improvise in this particular game. It's going to be a very difficult task. Dreams FC is not going to have it easy, though they've won their last 3 games. All Blacks would love to at least have their first win in their last 4 away games. Coach Ahmed Fati is calm today. It seems the fans are just backing him to really do something. It's definitely going to be a difficult one.
All right, for Swedru All Blacks, their away team, they made 0 changes to the setup that drew against Accra Hearts of Oak on match day 10. So it's Clement Ayi who still mans the post for them. But then there's one Rudolph Jr. and Akwesi Mensah, who in 2 seasons, or since last season, has scored 29 league goals, 27 last season, 2 already this season. Have you been impressed with his performance?
No, seriously, I've not been impressed. 27 goals just last season for Division 1, and 10 games in the Ghana Premier League, just 2 goals. In as much as I think that defenders are working on him, he himself as a player to open up himself, try as much as possible to take confidence and then put the ball at the back of the net. In Division 1, there are a lot of intimidations at some venues, there are a lot of pressure at some venues, but in the Premier League, you have the liberty to probably do what you are supposed to do. And I think that they are not playing as a team. Look, there was a certain Kofi, Coach Kofi, who took them through the Division 1. His different philosophy from Ahmed Fati. Probably he's trying to be in our system. He doesn't know our system. He doesn't know the culture. And probably, I think that's the reason why they are struggling. But the players should be able to improvise. Rudolph, I've not been impressed in the last 10 games that I've seen him play.
Interested. But then let's also take a look at Swedru Surat. You've spoken about Dreams FC and the physicality in midfield. Now with a 5 midfield, we've spoken about the variation as well. How do you see this All Blacks team actually penetrating through the middle third for Dreams FC?
I think that their captain, who wears the 7 shirt at Swansea, All Blacks will love to go the wide areas. And when they go the wide areas, you are definitely going to penetrate through, because Dreams FC feel that, look, All Blacks are going to use the middle. And I am aware that the Dreams FC coach have spoken to teams that have played All Blacks before. That should tell you why or how he's working on the All Blacks team. That is why probably he's going in with this particular system, the 3-5-2, or probably the 5-3-2 system. He's definitely going to do a lot of variation in this game. Suraj is going to be the key in the third half of the opponent's team for Dreams FC. Look, in House of Oak, he was playing a different role under Samuel Boadu. Look, under Dormon, he's playing as an auxiliary. He scored 3 goals. And that is why I always call on coaches to be able to work on the wide areas players so that they will be able to score. You don't rely solely on the main strikers. I mean, in Europe, you see it out there. Strikers from all the places are scoring, but players from the wide areas are also scoring. We are definitely going to see goals in this particular game, but it depends on which players are going to have that opportunity and how they are going to have confidence to bury those opportunities.
Interesting. But then also let's take a look at All Blacks and what they've not done right. Yeah, we've spoken about the fact that the surface is quite different. Dreams FC moving from Tuba to the University of Ghana. But how would this play into the hands of All Blacks?
You see, Dreams FC goes away and they play on the AstroTurf. I don't know whether you monitor their game against Karela, and for me, they played so well. I mean, they were down, but they came back to equalize. I mean, comfortably, you know, Dreams FC, though they train and play at Tuba, but they have a lot of confidence in these young boys. And as I mentioned, Dortmund, he's done so well with these dream sets. They didn't start well, but see how they are picking. It's definitely going to be a tough one. But for All Blacks, it is the sharpness of the attack, which for me it is very poor. If you had witnessed the game against Hasselhoff, they created all the chances. In as much as Solomon Bashi had his day, he was fantastic on the day. There are some of the opportunities that I felt that they could have buried them. Tactically, I think that they were not there, and a bit of tactically indiscipline on some of the players.
All right, let me quickly take your predictions before we head over to the commentator.
Well, looking at the statistics and looking at the current form of both teams, I think that Dreams FC stands a chance of going ahead in the first half.
Coach Ebenezer Sifa is quite convinced that Dreams FC would carry the day here in this match day 11 encounter from the University of Ghana Stadium. William Graham Benjamin is our commentator for today.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's another silver sky afternoon here at the University of Ghana Stadium, Legon. And we are here for match day 11 of the Ghana Premier League. Dreams FC versus Swedru All Blacks. Today, the believers step forward with eyes on possibility, a team built on courage, youth, and the relentless chase of tomorrow. So they come in with their green shines bright under the sun. That signals that they have something boldly written and ready to rise. But haunted with a relegation fight, Swedru All Blacks will continue to fight on. They are dropped in their tradition. Come here at the Legon Stadium with their fans who say they are steady and ready to fight for every point in the Premier League. At least they want to stay and ensure that at least their fans continue to excite themselves with the Ghana football. Now, this is the match where the still believers are gradually building momentum after notching up 3 wins in the last 5 matches. Wilfred Dormo's team have now climbed up to 11th position in the Ghana Premier League standing and will aim to keep their foot on the pedal when they come up this afternoon. Of course, they are hoping at least Swedru All Blacks will fall today. A win for Dreams FC will inch them up in the Premier League ladder after enjoying a difficult start in the campaign. Now, this is a match where relegation-haunted Swedru All Blacks will be desperate to pick up a win to end their 4-match winless streak when they also come up here today. It's pretty much of an interesting battle there for Dreams FC and, of course, for Swedru All Blacks. They've had very, very difficult, daunting tasks back home in terms of matches they've played so far. They've won just 2 of their Premier League matches with both victories coming at the Swedru Sports Stadium. But their poor run on the road offers very, very little hope and a big of a surprise there. So a win here will be a big, big surprise for them. Their fans continue to sing and chant that at least the All Blacks team will be able to pick up a win here. But the interesting bit about the team is that they have the Egyptian coach, Ahmed Fati, who certainly has assured the fans that something dramatic might be happening today against Dreams FC. So this is where we are looking forward to seeing how things will pan out for these 2 sides in the Premier League in match week 11, with the match officials also ready to ensure that these 2 teams come up with something spectacular. Dreams FC, after the 1-0 win against Hawaii United, they certainly are making just 1 change in the side, with Christian Owusu serving a suspension, and so Nicolas Asante replaces him in today's match. Just 1 change they have made in the game there, so they come in with a 3-5-2 formation, Dreams FC, and they would hope at least it works out perfectly for them for the 3 points that they are seeking in today's match against Swedru All Blacks. This is a match where Wilfred Dorman really is coming in with almost all his arsenals and ensuring that they always get something spectacular. Jonathan Nemodine, the man who always comes from the bench to get something spectacular for Dreams FC, was the man who's got the only goal for them, for Wilfred Dorman's side against Hawaii United. And there's the man who's been trusted with the work to change and work things out there for Dreams FC and in the Premier League. Well, so they will continue to work out things. The match officials for today's game there, we have a center referee being David Adane. They'll be assisted there by Lugmi Michael Abamiyaga, and of course Agbo Joshua Kofi is the assistant referee too there, and Maxwell Hansen will be the 4th official for today's game. Both officials are really looking resplendently beautiful in the outfit, and ensuring that the Dreams FC side clad in their green and black outfit, all the blacks in the black and white. They certainly are also excited to be part of this very important journey in the Premier League. Hasn't really been the story for All Blacks. They're making 2 changes there. Shadrach Arthur and Hafiz Alassane being dropped on the bench there. Kweku Aswanzi Bafo is there to replace Shadrach Arthur, and Ayaka Bia Solomon Nareba is also being given a chance to start in today's game ahead of Hafiz Al-Hassan. So 2 changes there for Swedru All Blacks into next game against Dreams FC. And Joshua Kwe is here for us to look into this match, All Blacks and Dreams FC.
And for Dreams FC, they're really turning the corner very early into the season. Just match day 11, but they've been very, very convincing. It's this man in your shorts who I'm worried for, because in 6 away games or 5 away games, they are yet to pick up a point, which is quite troubling. But he believes that today they could break that jinx.
Well, he talks about the fact that the team would have to go all out and fight for today. The Black Magicians, they call themselves All Blacks, and they certainly know that this will be a huge, huge daunting task there for them in today's match, but there's nothing that probably will be stopping their play there. This will be the very, very first competitive game between Dreams FC and All Blacks in the Ghana Premier League, and the history will be making here. Drama will certainly be coming into this game, but the 2 coaches are coming out with some tactical ingenuity and looking into what might be working for both sides. For Dreams FC, they seem to be on a certain pedestal in terms of performance, in terms of goal scoring, in terms of keeping certain clean sheets, but All Blacks really aside having difficulty in ensuring that they keep themselves in the Premier League.
Yes, Ali, for Dreams FC, they come into this game at the back of that 1-0 victory against Hoho United on match day 10. So they look poised, but for Swedru All Blacks, it's all about the front line. It's been blunt for them. In 5 away games, they've only scored twice, and they've considered as many as 6 goals, which isn't so good for a team, you know, that just came into the Ghana Premier League.
So it is week 11 of the Ghana Premier League, the chapter where momentum begins. No matter where, every point becomes a stepping stone, and every mistake a potential heartbreak. So there we are at the Legon Stadium. Beneath the warm afternoon glow is Dreams FC and All Blacks, obviously in their own defensive lines. And so they try to cover some of the performance there. It's going to stress something beautiful. Dreams FC already trying to charge forward against All Blacks, looking to hit the ball straight into the half of Dreams FC. Well cut up beautifully. And again, the match officials would have to call for a sudden decision. Kofi Kuma was the man at the back, the centre back there for Dreams FC doing his job. It's been a difficult moment there for the All Black side. Kweku Swansea bound for really a lot of work expected from him. Well, the fans expect to see a lot of running in midfield, but the battle certainly will be where some of the players will be doing most of their work there. Roland Leve playing as the right full back today for All Blacks. Ball already gone off the line, and it's going to be a throwing advantage there to the home side, Dreams FC. And so certainly you would have the likes of Mohamed Shaban Nasir to effect that one, obviously dropping that one for Asante Opong to deal with it. So behind the lines there, you expect to see some bit of runs there from Yaro Isaac. Switching play down to the right-hand side. And cleverly being cut out beautifully. Abdulaziz. Even though All Blacks seem to be the team playing away from home, they have a very vociferous fans in the stands to spur them on. At least they know that the 3 points is very valuable for them if they have any chance of staying or avoiding a relegation battle. We've seen the difficult moment there, the likes of 11 Wonders really have had to go through in the Premier League. And now there's time there for Rudolph Mensah trying to switch play and hitting this one straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper Gideus Isiako.
Yeah, it's been stale. It's been a bit scruffy in midfield, especially for Dreams FC. That's where their strength is, where you have here Blay, you have the likes of Suraj, and sometimes they love to create the overloads in midfield. That's why they are blessed with that 3-5-2 formation. It's all about the strength in midfield for Dreams FC, and sometimes they can crowd that area, making it difficult, you know, for any team that's not technically equipped, you know, to break the lines for them. And that's how they could set up, making it very, very frustrating for Swedru All Blacks this afternoon.
Levis throw here for All Blacks. I was looking to pick up a Swansea. And again, a struggle for some bit of stability out there. And Benjamin Ajay couldn't quite deal with the situation. So it's going to be a free kick advantage there to Dreams FC. A very fair official meeting between the two sides. Dreams FC have been unbeaten in their last 3 games in the Premier League. Got 4 goals in that road, and so some of the wins there against Samatex. Beaten by 2-0, and then drew 1-1 with Karela United, and then continue with a 1-0 win against Ahoy. And Leve was trying to advertise a cross into the box, but was cut out beautifully there by Nicolas Asante, who is now playing ahead of Christian Owusu. sometimes very rugged in defense and the midfield as well for both players, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and that's the Dreams way. Physicality, going a bit more combative sometimes, and they make it so difficult for the opponent. I watched that game, where they traveled all the way to Doma to play against Indiana, and it was just a lapse in concentration and the dynamism of that game that caused them. And Winfred Dorman has spoken about the fact that they just want to keep their concentration levels very, very high throughout games, and they'll be hoping to do same here today against a Swedru Black side that feels that they really need to improve on their way forward.
Well, Swansea, Kasapreko is one player who's always been fouled, and so the visitors do have a free kick here. And they're expecting Samuel Fusu to deal with it. Trying to get his teams to actually follow his lead there with the ball swung into the far post. And it's been headed back into play and picked up by Rudolph Mensah. So an advantage there through All Blacks, and trying to drift into a very good position there is Ikabia. Nereba was waiting for some bit of a throw-in pass there, but that decision has been swapped there with Abdulaziz going into effect this one there for All Blacks. Aziz here, spread the play down to the near post, and again it's been poorly headed out of play.
They've been impressive so far, Swedru Blacks, and they're enjoying, the surface. And for Dreams FC, it was just going to be a matter of time before they get exposed and try to adapt with a new surface. Moving from the tube AstroTurf to the University of Ghana, two different surfaces. You have the AstroTurf and then also the natural grass, where the ball moves a bit more slower. You can see Swedru Blacks, they are very comfortable on the ball so far. They are finding men in open space, and Dreams FC are just playing catch-up.
Well, interesting games being played there. Hull United, who lost to Dreams FC, currently lead 11 Wonders by a goal to nil. Bit of an interesting scenario there for 11 Wonders with Jay Sapon, who just witnessed his last game against Midiama. And trying to cut himself out of the way, but Dreams FC would have to advertise one. Ball into the box has been cleared, very far away. And I was expecting to see Suraj in the box there, but it's going to be an advantage there for... well, again, it's a decision going in favor of All Blacks. I thought it was a corner kick. Yeah, that was the main argument there by Dreams FC.
Yeah, and that was Suraj's reaction all of a sudden. He was thinking that ball came off, the All Blacks defender last, but the linesman just had to lift the flag, pointing to the penalty. Sorry, for a goal kick rather.
Yable here for Dreams FC. Quality play there for the home side. Cut up beautifully. Swansea going in there for a tackle. Again, it's been won back beautifully there by Dreams. I was expecting Suraj Swedru send the ball down to the far side. Couldn't quite get to the intended target. Yao Gede is also playing a huge role there in midfield for Dreams FC. They've been very resolute and absolutely strong in terms of their play. And now you expect to see some bit of runs there by that Nazir. And as you see the side trying to get into the box there. And it's Shabat Nazir really working out on the left wing there. So at least you've seen some bit of attacking play there from Dreams FC, trying to make sure that at least they get the first goal here.
Yeah, the first real intent from the home side, and it came down the left-hand side, and it's that combination, and that's what you want. You'll always want to see, especially when you are playing with fullbacks. It's a 5-3-2 formation, and obviously there's quite some space, half spaces, full spaces for your fullbacks to attack, and on that occasion, it was a great run and a good move by Dreams FC.
Your first corner kick of the afternoon there to Dreams FC, whipped into the far post once again. Well, Blacks will have to bring it down beautifully. Rudolph Mensah charging forward here. He's been impeded, according to Rudolph Mensah. Yes, the referee just whistling in favor of All Blacks. Tell you what, their fans really come in numbers there. They have really taken over the stadium, and they?
Yeah, they are. And, for a side that's now struggling, they find themselves in that relegation dogfight. That's what you would want from your fans. From Swedru to cries about, a 2-hour ride. And sometimes that's what you need to do to show your loyalty and also help your team stay afloat in the top flight. And for Swedru Blacks, they've missed Premier League football for a long time. And once they are back, their fans also have got a role to play. if this team will survive the early scare and maintain their Premier League status. I think it's not just up to the players or even the technical team, but also the fans also showing their loyalty, following the team wherever they go.
Free kick advantage there. John Andop being brought down and so being quickly dealt with by Oscar Mensah. We'll talk about the All Blacks team and the match against Accra Hearts of Oak, where the game went goalless. Quality chances they had, and again, it flapped a lot of them. Actually put a lot of pressure there on the coach, and the fans really asking for his head after the draw against Accra Hearts of Oak. And that also became another talking point for Hearts of Oak after losing to Kotoko and drawing to All Blacks as well.
Yeah, it was actually a good point for All Blacks, especially looking at the fact that they came up against the best team on the road in the league. It was a good game for them. They just couldn't take their chances, and that's one of the most frustrating aspects of the game for All Blacks. They have a striker who scored 27 goals in Division 1 last season. He's only married twice in 10 games, and it's frustrating that they are not banging in the goals and the attack looks a bit blunt, but they're hoping that maybe in an away game like today they could at least score and just keep a clean sheet.
Get a slow ball to the right-hand side. They're going to pick up Suraj as well. On a quality pass, the flag has gone up on offside. And Nicolas Asante really picked up here. And it's Opong as well. All of them involved in the action. Asante, Opong. And Asante, Nicolas would have to go for this one. Sends it back to goalkeeper Siako. Didn't want to take any chance at all. Safety first.
Yeah, not at all. And I was thinking he could have just hit that one straight into throwing rather than going to the goalkeeper with that reverse pass.
Kulani here trying for a chase. Has been picked up beautifully. It's Clement Tutu. It's ensuring that the goalkeeper is well guarded. Kulani again chasing for that. An high press there from Dreams FC. You have a very interesting way, an intricate passing movement where they get themselves away from trouble. Well, those constructions sometimes might lead into some bit of a discomfort.
Yeah, that's the strength of the team. That's sometimes they're unfazed by, how deep or how well you'd want to press, because they have quality players in defense who can just play, like you said, intricate passes, very complex but short, and they try to get the job done. But sometimes it comes at a cost, and it's very, very risky if you do not find the right person and you give the ball away, because you might have to move straight from attacking to defense, and that's always a trouble for any team at all.
Yaro, switching play, was trying to pick up the runs there of Mohammed Shaban Nazir. Couldn't quite deal with him. For the very last time Swedru All Blacks won a game in the competition was back in 19th October, and that was match day 6, and that was a 2-0 win against Basaka All Stars.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Their promotion back to the top flight actually, gave the faithfuls of Swedru some hope. A glimmer that they were in to compete, but since they came in match day 10 and they're already battling relegation.
But they've got the chance here. All Blacks, they've got the chance to make sure they at least get the opportunity for the first goal. And this time it's been flat there. Rudolph Mensah able to keep possession. But Yikabia Suleiman was doing a great job there. Couldn't quite find him, sort his feet out, and so the ball just going away. And All Blacks asking a lot of questions there at the defense of Dreams FC. That was a quality pass there as they move past again, and this time flag stays down and they make how many of those moments, but the flag already gone off on offside.
Yeah, big chance, Gunbergen, and for the first time in the game we've seen the Dreams FC defense exposed, and it was just unfortunate Swedru All Blacks couldn't take advantage of that one. It was good movement, and that's where you need sometimes players who can carry and progress the ball, and on the occasion it was a good move by Swedru All Blacks, and just unfortunately they just couldn't keep their cool in the final third. And some early injury concerns for Dreams FC already.
All Blacks being winless in the last 4 games in the Premier League, having lost to Midyema and drawing with Heart of Lions, and also losing away to Samatex. match day 10 game against Accra Hearts of Oak was indeed a very exciting one. Well, the goalkeeper for Dreams FC, Siako, really has kept 3 clean sheets after match day 10 in the Premier League. Very able hands there for Dreams FC, still believe side.
And they keep conceding. Dreams FC, that has been their bane as well. You talk about Swedru All Blacks. In 10, they've conceded 10. Dreams FC themselves, they've conceded 9 in 11. So relatively, Dreams FC, they can boast of a better defense, but it's not really been bad for Dreams FC. Looking at the fact that they've been able to turn the corner and they've started picking up some vital, crucial 3 points at home.
Well, Clement Tayo for Swedru All Blacks has kept 3 clean sheets as well after match day 10 in the Premier League. Almost the same statistics with that of Siako. Very little to choose from the 2 goalkeepers. Again, boss been given away as Kasapreko was able to win it back there for All Blacks, but couldn't quite make it to the intended target. Ezekiaro was a bit sloppy at that time. Siako here, trying to stitch play once again, looking for Shaban Nazir, couldn't find him. Third target, throw-in advantage, being taken down beautifully there by Roland Leve. Here comes Clement Ai. Right in front of him to deal with it is Santio Pong. Leve. Bit of a heavy touch on the ball there by Benjamin Ajay.
It's obvious Dreams FC are struggling to adapt to the surface now. Yeah, the home side, but early dominance by Swedru All Blacks. It's been so easy for them, to string the passes together to make, incursions into the final third. We're just not seeing Dreams FC, nothing of that sort from Dreams FC so far. And it could take some time for them to adapt, but it's still adjustment stage for them now, and they would definitely hand over possession to Swedru All Blacks.
Swans good powerful and Levitt just moving up, and you still have Siako dealing with it. And cleverly they come back to regroup to win back possession, but at least the most aggressive side advertising for a goal early is All Blacks. Well, the flag already gone up, and Nereba was actually trying to steal his way out.
Yeah, fraction offside there. They're moving the ball better, faster, quicker. They're making Dreams FC chase shadows now, and they are so swift over that 4-4-2 flat, and they are defending in lines of 2, 4, and 4, and it's becoming difficult for Dreams FC to break the lines now. You can see, 3v3 here now. Even before Dreams FC start that move, it's becoming very, very difficult. They are suffocating Dreams FC.
Well, some of the fans have been asking about All Blacks and how they've been very, very strong at home. They lost to Gold Stars at home, but have kept some very interesting results at home as well to most of the teams played. The Swedru Park. Sometimes you look at the Premier League and some of the teams, their skilled attack is one in which against opponents we do not know how to do and defend it. I tell you what, a skilled defense is one which opponent do not know how to attack. Kulani was the target here, has been headed up beautifully there by Oscar Mensah.
Like we rightly mentioned, it's now, the wide play for Dreams FC now. Try and move the ball to the wider areas, because now there's no space in midfield for them.
Good turn there for Swansea Kwekubafu once again. It's another ball well cut up beautifully by Kevin Ahiable. Shaban Nazir was keeping possession neat and simple. Mohammed and John Ando also doing his job there. The flag has gone up on offside. Tell you what, assistant referee, look me, Michael Abanigaya, flagging that and pretty much confusing almost everybody at the stadium as to whether indeed it was an offside or he was just on the line. Was he onside when the ball was kicked?
No, close a fraction, and you know, sometimes it's so tight to tell, but you know, I think the runs of Swedru All Blacks now making it very difficult for the Lions. But they're one of the teams that you'd say they love to run, they love to take the game to the opponents, they love to, you know, utilize the spaces that are being left by fullbacks, and we're already seeing that, you know, from Swedru All Blacks. And you know, you'd be hoping that at least some of these scores will be as accurate as it could be. But I think twice in a quick session, they just need to time their runs now. You know, they are making too many early runs into, you know, behind the defense of Dreams FC.
Here comes Yaro to his goalkeeper, Siako. And so the game is still ongoing here at the Legon Stadium. Just about 20 minutes gone on the clock. Both sides struggling together. Opening goal here. Here comes Samuel Fosu, sending it back to the goalkeeper. Yeah. Switching play into the midfield and beat into it there. Kasapreko bounce and obviously picked up here by Shaban Nazir for Dreams FC. Looking to cut in beautifully, he does, but he's been stopped in his tracks. Quietly working hard for Su. Yet again, the flag stayed down, but it's gone up on offside. Tell you what, probably you're talking about the runs there of Ikabia Solomon. Probably need to time his runs well.
Yeah, he has to, but in quick succession, in the space of 3 minutes, they've been caught offside or flagged offside 3 times. And, you know, it's the speed with they are playing with and the way they transition the ball quicker. They're not spending too much time in midfield, but rather they are trying to find men in open spaces. And this will be a lot of work for, you know, the officials today, because already there's been boos and cheers from the crowd because some of these calls have been tight. Tell you what, Graham, it's been very, very tight, close to call.
What? So All Blacks now going in for the first goal. Yeah, they have. And Swedru All Blacks, surprise, surprise. They have scored. And I tell you what, they said they were coming here to fight for their 3 points. They said they're definitely going to make sure they avoid relegation. And so it is Rudolph Mensah with the first goal here. They go up here against Dreams FC. And this will be an exciting jubilation there in Swedru. 3 times they were caught offside, but this time the flag stayed down.
Yeah, it did, and what a goal that was. We spoke about the fact that they've been the most dominant team. Dreams FC adjusting to playing on the new surface, and they've got punished. They were leaving spaces behind. They were pushing more men forward, and you know, it was just a swiftness of Rudolph. You know, and this was expertly taken, well executed with a left foot. This is a player who has scored 29 goals since last season, and that's the 30th, and it just couldn't come any better than this. They've been the better side, and I think they deserve the lead.
I tell you what, there's an exciting time there for a player to score the very first historic goal there for Dreams. Well, All Blacks against Dreams FC, and that was it. Left foot goalkeeper simply was stuck on the left foot. Yeah, just couldn't move it.
Yeah, and that was straight from outside the box, but then with the left foot, and it was accurate, just the precision from that side. Just look at that. And that's the mark of a good striker who can shoot with both feet, and just look at that. At full stretch, Siako had no chance at all, had no chance, and Rudolph made sure he planted that one, you know, at the far right-hand bottom corner where Siako wouldn't have a chance at all, and that's the mark of a great striker. And, you know, Swedru All Blacks have got a great striker in their ranks.
Well, I did say in my introduction that this is the very first competitive match between Dreams FC and Swedru All Blacks, and this is the very first goal scored there by Rudolph Mensah, but there will be a response here, and Shaban goes down, and the referee says what? It's a penalty. Quick response, absolutely. An interesting call there, but the player went to ground, yes. Was there a touch? Yes. Was it enough? That is the argument.
I think it was, and it was a drop. You know, they just dropped their guard. It was a lapse of concentration for Swedru All Blacks, and it was just unfortunate. You know, they just scored the first goal. They just got an opening goal, and all of a sudden, you know, they just couldn't keep their concentration levels up there, because at some point there was miscommunication between the two attacking Dreams players, and they just had to deal with that. And just look at that, giving away a cheap penalty kick right after scoring.
Wow. What a game we have. What a game we have. And Chris Gedda really going for this penalty here for Dreams FC, but it took just some 30 seconds for them to get the penalty. They were caught off guard, Dreams FC, and quickly also found a way to respond to All Blacks, and also getting them or catching them off guard as well.
Yeah, I just think, you know, as much as a cliche could sound, teams are weakest right after scoring, and that's what we saw, you know, with Swedru All Blacks. It looked like they were disorganized. They were yet to just organize themselves at the back.
That celebration was actually cut short.
Of course,
that celebration was simply cut short there. Now Suraj would have this one there for Dreams FC. It's got to beat Clement Ayer to put the team back in the game. And so Suraj Ayer, Suraj, it makes it 1-1. Game on here at the Legon Stadium. Just 30 seconds after going ahead, Swedru All Blacks down their guards, and Shaban Nazir was actually fouled in the box, and Suraj just converting expertly and getting themselves back in the game. So with Dreams FC 1, Swedru All Blacks 1. There's a steal from Suraj. He's a top player, and that's why he's been revered by his peers. Just look at that from 12 yards. You know, composed, calm, you know, and just slotted that one past Clement Ayi. No chance at all for Clement. He just stood rooted to the ground, and there was no way he was just going to save that. But for All Blacks, they still can dig deep. They've been the better side so far in this game, and they've really dominated the game, you know, in all aspects. But for that lapse in concentration defense, they've just giving away, you know, a cheap penalty to Dreams FC. So the scoreline clearly confirms what is happening, how dramatic this match has really been at the Legon Stadium between Dreams and All Blacks. Well, last time Dreams FC actually lost a competitive game in the Premier League was back in match day 7 against the Adriana Stars. They've been exciting to watch there. Dreams FC had to draw 1-1 with Karela. Their first drawn game in the Premier League. That's match day 9 as well. Well, now there's 1-0 here against Swedru All Blacks, just about less than a few seconds after they went ahead. Just under 30 minutes, we already have 2 goals in the game, don't we?
Yeah, it looked, you know, evenly matched, despite the fact that Swedru All Blacks were creating the better chances, they were making the best incursions. But, you know, it's quite shocking that already we have 2 goals, and it leaves the floodgates open, that we could see more goals, depending on how both teams would want to, you know, maximize the chances they create. For Swedru All Blacks, you know, is a positive thing, scoring, you know, just their 3rd goal in an away match, in 6 away matches this season. But for Dreams FC, we've seen them. They've been tight at the back. They've kept clean sheets, you know, at home. And, you know, it's a clean sheet gone, but there's a quick response from them. That's the best thing. And I believe Coach Wilfred Dormont would really be smiling that after conceding, right after conceding, they've been able to grab the equalizer.
Well, so that's the penalty. And again, it's interesting how All Blacks had to switch off immediately after going up. I mean, the celebration was just some seconds away after going up.
Yeah, obviously, it was just a matter of who was dealing with that ball, and they were just not precise with that.
Switch of play there between Klebia Solomon, Erebar, and that of Rudolph Mensah causing a lot of troubles there to Isaac Yaro and Nicolas Asante on the rear for Dreams FC. Appears the goalkeeper, Isiako, might be having some bit of an issue there. One of the things he did talk about was that he slipped before leading to the goal from Rudolph Mensah.
Yeah, he just mistimed that.
And Shaban Nazir once again is a player who got them a penalty, Levitt, standing on his ground and ensuring that at least he's able to get the ball away, but ball off the line.
And that's what goals can do to a team, and all of a sudden Dreams FC are playing with so much confidence, something we've not seen in the first 25 minutes of the game. Now it looks like that, penalty dispatched by Swedru Suraj has brought some tone, of confidence, into that side, and you can now see them pressing very, very high, especially with their full-backs or the attacking wing-backs.
Oh, lovely here. Swansea Kweku Bafo stays down, and so there may be opportunity. Well, the flag is gone off on offside once again. I thought it was going to be an interesting call there for a free kick outside the box or inside the box, but then it was just the offside call that came out from the assistant referee. Look me, Michael.
Graham, that's a big call. It's a big call. And that comes to the, dismay of the All Blacks players. They just can't believe. That's about the fourth or fifth time they've been caught in an offside position, and these are tough calls. But then it boils down to the timing of the runs they make. Especially in the final third, which has been very, very swift. They love to run. They are very, very agile and pacey attackers, and that's why the Dreams FC defense is struggling to deal with the pacey nature of the All Blacks attack.
Again, Dreams FC really going to border. Suraj was going to penalize the player. Suraj has scored an opportunity here, and so Swedru and that of Rudolph with the 2 goals in this game. Picked up possession, but the referee really calling that to be an offside, an infringement. Much to the disappointment of Samuel Fosu had to charge in the referee to at least have some bit of word there, but Swansea Kweku Bafo comes in as a captain to tame things down.
Yeah, frustrating times for both teams now. After those series of huge calls by the officials now, and then it's now creeping in. The frustration gradually just sipping in.
Free kick taken here. It's repelled here by All Blacks. Swansea Kweku Bafo has been pretty much busy this afternoon in the game, and switching play down to the left hand side. I was trying to pick up Suleiman Nereba, cutting in beautifully. Here comes Rudolph Mensah, and bit into it there. Kulani. Trying to move in here beautifully here. Another good pass, and Aye comes it, and quickly has been moved away there by Clement Tutu.
Great awareness by the goalkeeper. He'll step off his line to deal with that danger that could have been dangerous for them, and he had to act like a sweeper on the occasion.
Another opportunity once again. Was it a handball? Well, the referee saw that to be a very legal tackle. Been seeing a lot of the balls into the box of All Blacks there. Shaban Nazir. It's been a very tricky play on the left-hand side. Has been gnashed into the advertising board there. It
still remains down.
Yeah. And been some bit of an injury scenario, but the flag is an offside against Rudolph once again. I tell you what, Rudolph just can't believe the animated. Now he's the one.
Everyone is frustrated now.
There.
Everyone is frustrated now. And for Rudolph, that cold smile, after that. But, he's really shown his prowess now. He's really shown how pacey and fast. And, there's too much space for him now to operate with Dean. And, he's just catching the defense of Dreams FC napping each and every time. But injury concerns now for Clement Aye. He's been great for them, but you can see Dortmund really not he's not really been pleased with the way the defense has had to deal with, with the attack of Swedru All Blacks. They've been so lethargic. They've been slow to the second balls, and in that regard, Swedru All Blacks have always been the better side. As far as pressing them, taking the balls to them, exploiting the spaces they leave behind.
I'll tell you what, I think that Dreams FC are really playing high up on the pitch there, the back line. Almost at the time you see them just almost close to the center line. And so anytime All Blacks do make those runs, those intricate runs there between Rudolph and Ikabia Nereba, they always find themselves in a very difficult position. And that's the line that they've drawn, which gets them into the nets there.
Yeah, Graham, I think you're right. That one of the things we spoke about is the fact that it's a different surface. This is not the AstroTurf. The ball is a bit slower. Your movement, your reaction would be a bit slower than initially expected, and that's why they've been, caught napping each and every time. They're slower, a second slower, half a second slower to react to some of these long balls, and it's been quick. It's been very, very lightning, quick from Swedru All Blacks, especially from Rudolph and his attacking partners. They've made it so difficult for Dreams FC, and I'm quite surprised that they're playing with a high line. This is a Dreams FC line, or a team that would always sit deep or even play with a mid block. Today is a high line for them, and Swedru All Blacks are just taking advantage of that.
Well, the mini conference is the touchline really indicating to us what's happening in the minds of the coaches, beginning to have some of the talking to be done. Well, so Suraj there has scored 4 goals so far for Dreams FC in the Ghana Premier League. He had only scored 3 before he scored the penalty to make it 4 goals. And he's one of the, you talked about his prolific play there for Dreams FC in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's a top guy. Played once for Accra Hearts of Oak, was a brilliant attacking player, but since he moved to Dreams, he's been a different player. He's added quite a lot to his arsenal, to his skill set, and this Dreams team would always fall on him to conjure some magic when the going gets tough.
Get it. Cheering away from almost everybody. And again, he's been well cut up beautifully there by Abdulaziz for All Blacks. A total of 10 players from Dreams FC and All Blacks have combined scored 17 goals after match day 10. There's going to be a free kick here. It's really been a very, very exciting day for Ikabia Solomon Ereba. He's really worked hard on the left wing.
That was a good call, and yet again, their swiftness, their speed coming to bear there, and that's the strength of this Swedru All Blacks team. They've made it so difficult for Dreams FC today with those speed, one-on-one situations there. Dreams FC would really have to map up a strategy to just curtail, these dangers.
Here comes a right-footed free kick by Swedru All Blacks. We do have a decision to be made there by the players. Ball sent to the far post again, it just goes off the line.
Just not the best of deliveries there. That was a big chance. Not really seen them get such opportunities, especially with dead ball situations. Handful of corners, handful of free kicks, and you should be making the most out of such situations in cagey tight games like this.
Well, lack of communication there between Aziz and John Ando. Bringing down Suraj. Rudolph Mensah really has got 2 goals before he got the goal here, making it 3 in the Premier League. And Swansea Kweku Barfus also scored 2 goals already in the Premier League. Aziz. Oh, Dreams FC now may have a chance to make it 2, and you have! Poorly done in the back there, and they have been punished. Chris Gedder makes it 2-1 there for Dreams FC. Again, it's about decision making. Again, it's about how strong you are at the back. And All Blacks, just against the run of play, have gifted Dreams FC a goal here. And now it is Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 1.
It was served on a platter for them, and you know, one of the easiest goals he would ever score in his life. And you know, we spoke about the fact that Dreams FC, Swedru All Blacks would always play it out from the back. They would never go long. They have that confidence, but then the risk involved is always high. And Yalvi creates right there at the right place at the right time to just tap that one, you know, from a distance, just flash past the goalkeeper. No chance at all to save that, and now it's going to be a tall order for them to get back into this.
Very first goal there for Dreams FC. Oh, the referee now whistling for a free kick here for All Blacks. Again, is a surprise scenario there now. The very first time Dreams FC going up in the game. All Blacks started it well. They had the opportunity, they scored, but they have been punished.
Yeah, you get punished if you play with fire. They were playing with fire. You know, their confidence in this game stemmed from the fact that they were passing very well. They were finding men in open spaces, but there's always a risk. There's always a price to pay, you know, if you lose the ball in such a dangerous area. And we all saw what happened. It was just awful. Bad passing, drop, and loss of concentration there, costing them hugely in a game where they've taken the lead once already, and it looked like they were going away. Back to Swedru with 3 points. Now they're trailing.
The last 5 minutes of the game here at the Legon Stadium. An opportunity now for All Blacks. Will hit this one very wide. It is. So first 40 minutes of the game, your assessment?
Yeah, Graham, I think it's been shambolic in defense for All Blacks. We've spoken about the fact that, yeah, there's a team that's yet to pick up a single point away from home in the Ghana Premier League. And, you know, you walk into a game like this, you take the lead, and you just drop your guard, and all of a sudden, you begin to chase the game from a losing position. And for Dreams FC, they just had to show maturity, and, you know, they kept on doing what they had to do. They stayed to the game plan. They didn't change it. They kept on pressing high up, and I think they've been fortunate within the intervals, but overall, it's been a good game for them, and they're really showing maturity today with their decision making, and they've also pounced on 1 or 2 errors of Swedru All Blacks, and they've punished them for it.
Total of 6 players from Dreams FC and Swedru All Blacks have been awarded the most valuable player. And again, Shaban was just lurking around to hit this one, commits a foul in the box. Maybe a head injury here to Leve. Very intriguing game we have there. It's a lot of pressure now on Fatih, the coach for Swedru All Blacks. He asked his players to come and fight for everything. They seem to be the team truly now to going up by very early in the game. Now with Verdoma really seeing his side competing excitingly in the Ghana Premier League. They continue with this fine form. They continue to be a side who are unbeaten. But Swedru All Blacks winless in their last 4 games, and this will be, that is, if it stays this way to the end of the game, the 5th defeat in the Premier League on the road there. And so the fans want to put a lot of pressure there on the officials, on Swedru All Blacks. We're certainly hoping the team continue to stay in the Premier League and not go on relegation as early. And you can actually see on the faces there, they are not happy about what is happening during Swedru All Blacks. Since the made the appearance in the Ghana Premier League back in 1962-61 season, Swedru All Blacks, they finished 9th, and then they were relegated for the very first time at the end of the 2nd season. That was back in 1962-63 season. There's a handball scenario here. Obviously, it's going to be Kofi Kuma. Very first player to have his name taken after that deliberate handball. The Swedru Oblast fans were just fuming and hoping at least the flag would have gone up and the yellow card would have been shown quickly. So Kofi Kuma booked. Free kick here, and Siako would have to get his wall ready to defend his free kick. Trying to see a lot of work there by the players and the technical side. And free kick. Taking shot, whipped into the box, and again it's been defended gallantly there by Dreams FC, but ball gone out of play. John Ando to effect this one there for All Blacks. Other players in the box there. 20% of foul post once again. Players coming in to fight for the ball. The referee whistling for an infringement. That last time All Blacks came into the Premier League, the 2008-2009 season, 14th place, and they got relegated after amassing 36 points. And back in the Premier League this time, All Blacks really were hoping they can continue to stay 3 minutes of at a time, according to the fourth official. In 1999, All Blacks got relegated again after picking up 32 points and placing 15th, and also got relegated back in 1978 as well. 23 points they had at the time and got relegated as well in 1971. 15th place out of 20 clubs with 26 points. He got relegated, and Dreams FC here whipping the ball into the box, and now they may have chance another corner kick. So Dreams FC, we're hoping to continue with this fine form as we end the first half. Rid of Mensah with the first goal, then it was cancelled by Siraj. Swedru with a penalty well converted, and as a concern there for Dreams FC's captain Ebenezer Dade. I do have a corner kick to deal with it. Dreams FC. Ball sent in, goalkeeper, Aya comes in. Just dropped the ball there, but again it was impeded according to referee. So Aya just gets a respite for that. Two. Leve. And Fosu here for All Blacks. I was looking to pick up Ando. And that's Swansea Kwekubafo. All Blacks really are not overall there by the performance of Dreams FC. They continue to ask a lot of questions. And they continue to find a way to get themselves back into the game. And the throw into the box, and Swansea Kwekubafo goes in. Aziz here. All Blacks adversaries a long ball. Aziz! Wow! What a goal! This is wonderful! Tell you what, this is a match you need to watch. This is a goal Aziz will fancy and watch for many, many, many years. And the fans will continue to love this. An absolutely exciting goal there from the left full back, Abdulaziz. Quality goal there, Abdulaziz. Dreams FC really caught off guard there. We're just talking about the performance of Swedru Blacks. It continued to fight on, but they are back in the game, aren't they? It's 2-2 as we draw the curtains down the first half of this match. The last action, the last goal there, and the last strike. Abdulaziz is showing that the first half never stopped short from giving us some drama. Dreams FC going up, but again, it was this man who started it all, Rudolf Mensah, and Suraj Said who cancelled that with a penalty. But it was Gede who got Dreams FC back in the game there, and now it is Abdulaziz who's drawn them back in the game. And so we continue, and we're back again for something spectacular maybe in the second half. But this side will continue to advertise and entertain the fans here at the Legon Stadium. At halftime, Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 2.
All right, so halftime here from the University of Ghana Stadium, match day 11 fixture between Dreams FC and then also Swedru All Blacks. It's rated goals here because after the first 45, it's 2 apiece between these two teams. And I'll quickly be talking to the assistant coaches. I have here with me the assistant of Dreams FC, that's Fifi Parker Hansen. Fifi, what a time to concede. Are you disappointed that you couldn't head into the halftime break with a 2-1 lead?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm a bit disappointed with the way the boys are defending, and it's not usual first. So we are going there to talk to them to understand the importance of blocking this danger zone for the opponent to threaten. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Wish you all the best of luck for the second 45. So that's Fifi Parker Hansen. He is the assistant coach of Dreams FC, and they considered at a stroke of halftime making the scoreline 2-2. Before the halftime whistle could go. I'm now joined here by the assistant of Swedru All Blacks, Mohammed Mavuz Hassanin. Oh, Joseph Ajiman rather joins me here at pitch side. You've shown resilience. You've took the lead at some point in the game. You were trailing, but have you been pleased with the fight from these boys?
Yes, please. We rehearse on their game plan very well, and then that's what the boys are showing to us, and we are very happy with the way they are playing, the way they have resisted from our opponent, and given this result, we are very much pleased with how they are playing. Then in the second half, we know we will have everything on our side.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, and wish you all the best of luck for the second 45. So it's still 2-2 here at the University of Ghana Stadium. What a game we are witnessing here. It's raining goals. Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 2. We are headed for a break where we are back. I'll be joined here at pitchside by my guests, and we'll talk about all the actions from the first half. so 4-goal thriller here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 2. But this game has got everything, from drama to goals to some action as well. My name is Josiah Kokwe. We're live on TV3. We're also live on Unia TV and streaming live on at the SAP Plaza. And I'm joined at pitchside by my guest, Coach Ebenezer Sifa. Coach, what a game this has been. 4-goal thriller in 45 minutes. Coach.
I told you we are going to see goals in this particular game. If Rudolph is going to have his day. I told you he made a sign to the fans that he's going to score. And eventually he scored. I mean, Suraj also leading the pack for Dreams FC 3. He made it 4 for himself. Yeah. He scored from the spot kick. And I think that Abdul Aziz strike, I think that Sesko didn't do well. Though there was a lot of power precision in the strike. I think he didn't do well. On the whole, I think that the 2-2 is the fair reflection of the first 45 minutes. But indecision on the part of some of the players. And the Dreams FC back line, if they are not careful about the way they are setting up their offside traps, Rudolph may go through and then probably the referee may overlook and then he may just shock them. And for me, I think that it's been a very good game.
Yeah, it's been a good game. But coach, which department would you say has, stand out as the best department for either side? We've seen some sloppy defense. We've seen some drop in concentration. We've seen some of the players, struggling to even, find the right man in open spaces. But which department from both sides? Would you say the defense or both defenses, have been awful so far?
Yeah, I think that their decision-making and awareness has been poor, both defense. But I think that their midfield have worked so well, especially the captain for Swedru All Blacks. I mean, you talk of Aswanzi. I mean, he's done very well in midfield. He's controlling the midfield very well. And of course, he and the player just number 37, that is Samuel Fosu. Yeah, they've done very well. Yeah. They've made sure that the 5 midfield of Dreams FC struggles a bit. In as much as the Dreams FC midfielders are also doing everything possible, the likes of, Yovi. I mean, he's done very well. He scored a beautiful goal, but I think that they've been sluggish in my liking. In terms of transition, they've been sluggish in my liking. On the right side of Dreams FC, where Adade is operating, they've been very effective there. But sometimes I ask myself, why do they always have to wait for Swedru All Blacks to cover the pocket of spaces? I believe that the team that is going to do very well in terms of using the pocket of spaces in midfield and picking the second boss is going to dominate in the second half. It's been very good. Both teams have done very well in midfield. But I think that All Blacks are a bit advantage over Dreams FC in the second half.
But for Dreams FC, a defensive-minded team playing with a high line, coach, how surprised does it get that we are seeing Dreams FC having its defenders right, around the center circle?
Probably they believe in their judgment. And I think that you've done once, twice, and thrice. Yes, the assistant referee has been raising his flag. It's not always that he's going to raise his flag. So the communication between the back line is very poor. And for me, I think that, as you are saying, flat. And I think that Rudolph has done so well. For me, I've been impressed with his performance today. And he's done so well, putting the Dreams FC defense under a lot of pressure, even without the ball. Watch his movement. And that is really costing them. And I think that the goalkeeper for Dreams FC needs to up his game. In terms of his movement, communication, has also cost to the Dreams FC with conceding those two goals. For me, I think that they need to work extra hard. I think Dormon and his assistants should be able to do a lot of talk in the dressing room. For Swedru All Blacks, they've got their confidence after they went down by 2-1. By that strike, the stroke of halftime from Abdul Aziz, they've got their confidence back. See them walking straight into the dressing room. Somehow their fans are giving them the support. If they should come back and Dreams FC should start the way they ended, they'll be punished.
All right, so halftime conversation here from the University of Ghana Stadium. Sunday special. It is Dreams FC drawing 2-2 against Swedru All Blacks after 45 minutes. But, Coach, what are we in for in the second half? We've seen 4 goals so far, yes. You can blame either defense for being sloppy and sluggish. But what are we in for in the second half?
We are definitely going to see the same tempo. But I'm sure that there's going to be a tactical change from both coaches. I've seen Dormon discussing with the assistant coach before he went into the dressing room. Probably they may make 1 or 2 changes from the Dreams FC side. For Swedru All Blacks, I think that they are definitely going to maintain the team, but be a bit quick up front and also decisive at the back. Communication at the back between the 2 center backs, the JC number 6 and the 15. They need to communicate very well. The Dreams FC players are trying to use the spaces behind them. And you could clearly see from the midfield of Dreams FC, they always want to send the ball behind the back line of Swedru All Blacks. And their goalkeeper is not communicating. And probably we are definitely going to see 1 or 2 goals in the second half.
Yeah, now we talk about the starmen for both sides. Number 10, Shetted, Seydou Suraj for Dreams FC, and then also 11, Shetted. Rudolph Mensah for All Blacks. Now, let's start off with the Dreams FC, talisman. He's been great for them, but what does he need to do more? We saw him convert from 12 yards. Yeah, perhaps that was a penalty, but, off the ball, what does he need to do to help the attack?
He needs to communicate. Yeah, he's the man that they are looking up to. They can use him as a decoy. They can use him to deceive the opponent. I mean, he's very good on the ball. He's very calm on the ball. He knows how to score goals. So if the Dreams FC team is looking up to him, he needs to use his experience to create spaces for his own Russian attackers. 5 players in midfield, definitely on the final 10, they should be multiplied. And of course, you see them more on the half of Swedru Blast. But their back line is also letting them down. The more they get more possession, the more they see more of the balls, they are also leaving pocket of spaces behind them. And I think that if they continue to do that, they'll be punished by Rudolph and his colleagues. And that is, for me, I think that Dortmund needs to work extra. Their players need to speak. They need to communicate, cover each other. Other than that, the spaces that they are leaving at their back, Swedru Blacks may punish them. But for Swedru, he needs to up a bit in the final third.
Right, we saw that penalty call for Dreams FC. Very sluggish. Just 30 seconds after taking the lead through Rudolph Mensah, we saw them concede a cheap penalty, and that was a penalty incident there that you can see. And who are you blaming for this one, Coach Sifa?
Of course, I think that communication between the two Dreams FC strikers, there was a miscommunication. So Mo Shaban, I mean, he stopped and he went in again. I think that
for a second, you were
the
thinking
defender wasn't smart enough. In the loss of the game, there's no anything called soft touch, or the touch was soft. There was a contact. There was a contact. So I felt that the defender wasn't smart enough. He thought that the player couldn't have gotten to the ball. But for me, there was a contact. But we need to give the referee the benefit of the doubt.
But if you're coach, what's the pep talk going to be like? And that's the call again. Very crucial there. Just look at that. For a second, you are thinking there's miscommunication on the part of Dreams FC. Then later, it's rather miscommunication on the part of the defenders of Swedru Blacks.
Of course, he thought that he could get to the ball first. But unfortunately for him, Mo Shaban had the ball first. But although there wasn't enough pace, you see, so he going down the defender, he just sustained his leg. If you could clearly see that. As for me, I think that is the indecision of the defender. You need to be decisive within the penalty area. And for me, I think that there was a contact. What I'm seeing, there was a contact.
Pep talk from Ahmed Fati. What's it going to be like?
Keep your calm. Let's push. Let's continue to use the pocket of spaces behind them. Of course, now they see that the Dreams FC goalkeeper is down with confidence. So the more we put, the more we shoot, the more we follow, we can easily get them. Let's still maintain our shape and make sure that we cover the pocket of spaces. If they're able to do that, we should be able to pick out the 3 points or probably go back to Swedru with a point.
Obviously, clean sheet gone for Dreams FC. Now, if you are Winfred Dortmund, you're looking at winning this game at least to, record that consecutive home wins. Are you going guns blazing or you're keeping it tight at the back?
After beating Samatex by 2 goals at home, they struggled to beat Huawei United by a lone goal. Today, you've gotten 2 goals. And you could clearly see that it was a mistake in terms of communication at the back and decision by the goalkeeper, Asesco. For I believe that Dortmund needs to tell his players to up their game. I think that their confidence is down. They are not pushing enough. Their build-up is slow. And I wonder, a team that wants to pick out the 3 points, you build up slow, you allow your opponents to take cover. You allow your opponents to withdraw. You allow your opponents to cover the pocket of spaces. In as much that you strike from probably a 20 or 15 yards to get your second goal. It tells you that if you strike more, you may get a goalkeeper. They did same to Dreams FC. And look at the power and the precision of the strike from Abdulaziz. So I believe that Dortmund needs to tell his boys, look, take the opportunities. And I know Dreams FC is going to make a change probably when they come onto the pitch.
But have you been pleased with the protection for their goalkeeper, Gideon Zisiak? We've not really seen any sort of protection because for a first time in a long time, Dreams FC are playing with a high line. Have you been pleased with the protection?
Yaro is one particular player making mistakes, decisive in terms of decision making. Is the way he's doing. At a point, he nearly gave a pass to the opponent. And of course, I think that the goalkeeper also need to communicate. He needs to talk to them. You are behind them. You are the last player. Speak to them. This is not the first time you are being imposed while they are playing in front of you. There should be a lot of communication at the back. If it is not working, you can signal. At the end of the day, they need to communicate because they are taking Rudolph for granted. And look, his control, his physique, his runs, everything is on point today for Rudolph. He has scored. Last season, he scored 27 goals in the Division 1. 10 games, he has scored 2. He's now scoring the 3rd goal for 11 games. So the confidence is there. So you give him that opportunity, he's going to punish you. He's building his own confidence. So that is where the Dreams FC backline needs to look at. And I think that the midfield of Dreams FC, they don't need to leave spaces. Pick second balls and then push for the final third.
Now, in the dugout for All Blacks, there's Ahmed Fati, who has been under lots of pressure heading into this particular game. Now, you saw their number of fans that followed Swedru All Blacks all the way from Swedru to Accra for this game. You think there's so much pressure because he can hear them directly? They are shouting into his ears.
No, I believe he's a professional coach. They've given him more pressure at home than here. They have more fans at home than here. You remember they play House of Folk?
Yeah.
Before the game, what did the fans say? They were going to go naked. Some of them were going to chase him out of the country. But he stood down and he had a point from that game. If it had not been Solomon Agbashi, he would have won that game. I'm impressed with the game that they've played today. Honestly, Ahmed Fati is doing something with Swedru All Blacks. And if they should have patience for him, he will deliver.
Let me take your quick predictions for the second half. What are we supposed to see? What are we going to see in the second half? We've seen a lot of offside calls, but I doubt Swedru All Blacks will stop running, especially at the Dreams FC defense. They won't.
So the Dreams FC players need to be very cautious. In as much as I know Ahmed Fati will tell his players, push, push. Dreams FC needs to be very cautious. I know there's going to be a winner in this game. It's never going to be a draw. We're going to see goals in this game. You are definitely going to see either a goal or probably two goals to one, especially in the second half, apart from the 2-2 that we had in the first half.
But talking about concentration for All Blacks, has it been great for you? We've seen them, a penalty given away and a cheap goal. Would you say that has been their base so far?
There's no goal which is very cheap in football. A player can miss that opportunity. It's a decision on the part of the goalkeeper and a part of the two centre-backs who never communicated. And I'm sure probably when they go inside, the technical handlers led by Ahmed Fati will be able to tell them what to do. They themselves need to do a lot of improvisation in the game. I'm not seeing that from these players, both Dreams FC and, of course, Swedru All Blacks. They need to do a lot of improvisation. I foresee a lot of fireworks in the second half. I mean, of course, we know the scoreline that is going all on. Dreams FC wouldn't like to probably hurt their
of course, currently they are on 12 points in 13 places.
And I'm saying that they wouldn't like to hurt their 3 last game wins. They would like to continue their home win runs. It's not been bad for them, just that All Blacks have also come in and probably I think that they're also pushing. Both teams have played very well. They've played very well, but it's the decision making and probably they need to take their chances.
All right, so the clock keeps ticking towards the commencement of the second half. Match day 11 encounter here from the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 2 here in this game. Coach, let me quickly take your predictions for the second half. The players are poised. They are both out. We'll be joining the feed very soon. Your prediction?
I thought we are going to see goals in the game. We've seen 4 goals in the first 45 minutes. We're going to see 1 or 2 goals in the second half.
1 or 2 goals. And who's winning?
It's a difficult one. Any of the teams can win.
Any of the teams can win. So that's Coach Ebenezer Sefa with his prediction there. And we have confirmation that there will be some substitutions as well from Dreams FC. But then we join the second half action with our commentator, Willie Graham.
So we are back to start from where we left up in the first 45 minutes. Dreams FC and Swedru All Blacks match week 11 of the Ghana Premier League. We've seen a very exciting first half with 4 goals being scored. Started by All Blacks, Rudolph Mensah with a goal there, but Siraj Saidu cancelling that out with a penalty. Chris Geddes scoring. And then, of course, a double substitution there for Dreams FC with the introduction of Jonathan Namodine, the man who came off the bench and got the winning goal against Soho United. Is now being given opportunity. Babulain Kolani out. Razak Salifu is also being given a chance here. As Asante Opong has also been withdrawn. And you will have Abdul Razak Salifu also coming to replace him. 2 changes there quickly from Wilfred Dormont. He really want to come into this party with his Arsenals ready to get the goals there. Namodine is the man to watch in the second half. So he's been coming from the bench and be creating and causing some havoc there for most of the teams. And so this time it is Swedru All Blacks that gets us underway in this game in the second half. They have really shown that they are in to fight for a place and not to really be the whipping boys in the Ghana Premier League. Having been winless in 4 games, and now they probably are looking to get the win here. And they have to start the fight quickly. Ball cleared by Clement Tutu. Into the box down. And it's going to be an opportunity for a third. Yes! It is! Just the start in the second half. A brilliant start from Swedru All Blacks. They have got a 3rd goal. Would you believe this one? John Andor How did this happen? Haha. Swedru All Blacks, they have gone up again. Against the run of play, John Ando punishes the defense of Dreams FC. Isaac Yarrow couldn't close him down. Left foot, tapped the ball in. Goalkeeper Siakun had no chance at all dealing with this. Wow. Take a bow. Ajay, great job there from this young man. Benjamin Ajay with the goal here. So long balls into the box there for Dreams FC, and the defense have really been struggling to deal with it. So the visitors were certain lead by 3-2 here at the Legon Stadium. Tell you what, they had to come into this game. Their coach said they have to do everything possible to make sure they win this game here. Coach Ahmed Fati indicated that All Blacks would have to go and fight, and now they have to deal with this. It's been headed back by Aziz. And Dreams really want to respond quickly, see if they can get the equalizer here. It's an interesting start in the second half, isn't it, for All Blacks? Trying to get almost everything, throwing everything into the game there. And Hiable played into it. Now they go again. They're charging forward and moving through and showing that at least they get something going. Siako with the clearance here. It's All Blacks totally in control here. Ajay, the goal scorer. Trying to find the ball, stripping it down to the far side. And it is going to be Mensah again, Rudolf Mensah. The half volley just couldn't do the magic there. They lead by 3-2, Swedru All Blacks. Interesting, just 5 seconds into the start of the second half, and All Blacks already are beginning to look like the home side.
Yeah, they've been great in the second half, and I could only imagine what a pep talk, in the dressing room was for these guys, and they have their tails up. It looked like they gifted 2 cheap goals to Dreams FC in the first half, and they had to make up for it. But if they should pick up all 3 points today, it would be massive. It would be a huge boost for them as far as the relegation dogfight is concerned, because they find themselves deep in trouble. And I think they are playing well so far. They are really taking the game to Dreams FC, and they've been very promising.
Solomon Neriba goes in, beats his man to it, dragging the ball back, and Rudolph lifts it. And I tell you what, Aziz just hitting the ball so wide.
The pendulum swinging in your favor now. And that was a shot by John Ando.
John Ando, I tell you what, I thought it was Aziz anyway.
You'd be thinking maybe he should have gone with the other option of passing to his teammate who found himself in the box. Just look at that here. There was space. There was a teammate asking for it, but that's what the adrenaline rush does to players sometimes. And when you have everything going in your favor, you believe that hitting the shot from about 25 yards out can't even land at the back of the net, and that's what's happening to them now, Swedru All Blacks.
The Dreams FC really being pinned back into their own defensive lines. And All Blacks once again. I think they have a free kick advantage, but it's going to be a throw-in.
I think that should have been a free kick. That was a nudge at the back. That should have been a free kick. And just look at that. Just right from the back. And that was a Benazar that day. with a very, very, combative approach there.
Sometimes you look at the sides and that come into the game, maybe. Dreams FC looked into the prediction box, and now they may have a chance or so into the box now. And clearly, defensively, they are working hard. Leve winning possession now for All Blacks. Now Dreams would have to look for some bit of a balls, trying to hit it from distance. Namodine.
Yeah, they've not shown quality so far. 6 minutes into the second half, and Graham, tell you what, it's been All Blacks, throughout. They've just been, the better side. They're passing the ball better. They're finding themselves in promising attacking areas, and just look at that. Just 2-3 passes, and they've been very direct as well. They're not, trying to hit too many passes, even in the middle of the pitch, but rather, they're looking at advancing the ball and just making the Dreams FC defense work.
Namodine, switching play now, finds Shaban Nazir. Goes with the left foot, and Aziz heads it down, and Andor clears. Dreams FC now detecting the pace now, trying to get the ball into very dangerous areas. Andor wins it now for Swedru. Oh, lovely play here from Andor. Here comes Abdulaziz, trying to construct something exciting.
Yeah, and it looks like they're still looking for that, pass that can just split open the Dreams FC defense, especially with the high line. You have about 3 of them, just treading around the center circle, which is quite dangerous for a team that hasn't got pacey defenders.
Oh, good ball here, and Suleiman Nariba has been given a chance, and now he's just moving very much, switching play. It is Rudolph Andor. Well, Rudolph just couldn't really hit it wide. Rudolph Mensah.
Again, we talk about that one pass that could just split open the Dreams FC defense, and we saw that, getting to Nariba at the left-hand side. But Rudolph on that occasion was a bit selfish for me. That was poor decision-making from, the hot All Blacks forward. Just had the option to pass to an open teammate, but decided to hit it from that distance.
There's a foul there on the centre-back, Oscar Mensah. Be a huge disappointment there if Blacks fail to win this match, or perhaps go down to lose it. It's been the fans who have enjoyed every bit of the game there. They really come into this game with our guns blazing. Swedru Blacks taking the game straight to Dreams FC. Comes Nere Barat again, goes into the box, and he's been beaten to it by Yarrow. Good ball there, Namodine. Salifu also waiting in the box, Namodine. It's been the super sub there for Dreams FC against Ottawa United. Here comes Ando. Finds Ajay. Back to Ando. Very calmly trying to keep possession, not under any pressure at all. Comes Leve, finds space in the goalkeeper Aye, and Tutu. Oh, lovely play here from Swedru All Blacks. They are confidently shooting the ball among themselves. Rudolph and Puma just giving the ball away, and Rudolph Mensah finds Aswanzi. Oh, lovely pass now, and the flag has already gone up for the offside against Benjamin Ajay.
Yeah, the high line, the Hail Mary pass, and there's trouble always looming for Dreams FC. And this time again, it is a pacey attacking play of All Blacks, and they're not making that defense rest at all. And it's always this three center backs, always trying to chase, an attack of All Blacks. Each and every time there's one pass over the top of the defense, and I think they just need to retreat quite a bit into their shells and make it a bit easier for themselves, because the high line would only play into the hands of All Blacks.
Well, they well kept the 3-back system, Dreams FC. All Blacks have found a way to navigate themselves into the back line of Dreams FC. So you're talking about the likes of Nicolas Asante, Isaac Yaro, and that of Kofi Kuma at the back. I think it's been exciting in terms of how they've been able to exploit almost all the loopholes at the back. Maybe not comfortable playing All Blacks in this particular system. A tweak of the system you think would help Dreams FC?
Yeah, of course, it's the same system. They are abreast with it, but you know, it's the space between the two wing backs and then also the three centre backs. You know, in defense for Dreams FC, I just think they are moving too forward, and we've not known them to be a side that loves to play with the high line. You know, and just look at that. You find the last Dreams FC defender right around the centre circle, and that's why All Blacks are exploiting all those spaces they are leaving behind.
And a head injury there, and so you have Dreams FC having a player down, and the medical team having a signal to really move in quickly. Well, the interesting bit about the All Blacks team is that they just don't keep possession too wide and too tight. They make sure that at least there's a lot of openings on the wings there. AJ and that of Rudolph Mensah. You also expect to see the attacking play of Aziz also coming into some areas.
Exactly, and it's been different for them, you know, today, especially looking at the setup from Dreams FC. All they had to do was to go very, very direct. You know, 2-3 passes, then you hit that long ball that could cause havoc, you know, to the Dreams FC defense. It's worked for them practically. We saw the first goal from Rudolph, the second goal, we've seen the third goal as well, and it's been defensive lapses, you know, from Dreams FC. They are not used to the high line, they are not used to the natural turf, and they need to adjust, which will definitely take some time.
Taking signals that we're going to have Shiraj Seydu being withdrawn for Isaac Archery. Ever since he got the goal there, he has really not been part of the game, Shiraj Seydu. Reason why Wilfred Dorman would have to withdraw him and get Isaac Archery to come in.
Yeah, the most, you know, creative spark in midfield for them being withdrawn. That you can imagine what the setup would be with him not in the lineup now. He's been their most creative player, their top scorer, 4 goals this season, and all of a sudden they believe that, you know, it's the king that you need to sacrifice in that game of chess. Perhaps it's what actually gets them the result.
Shaban Nazir in the box, driving the ball back here. And Nomodine was hoping at least to beat Lever for the ball, but couldn't quite get to him. One of the most dangerous players in the game here this afternoon is Shaban Nazir there for Dreams FC. Here comes Rudolph. And, certainly coming in to be an interesting game there, but Hull United and 11 Wonders game is also coming in, and there seems to be a problem here. Goalkeeper is off his line, and James will get themselves out of the danger zone. Possession back now to All Blacks. Aziz here. Oh, good turn, beautiful there, and Rudolph Mensah looking to strike. Well, palmed away there by goalkeeper Isiaku, and Rudolph Mensah nearly got a second in the game.
You know what a strike that was. A thunderous hit by Rudolph Mensah, and his confidence keeps rising, and Isiaku had to be on alert to deal with that one.
Wow, what a chance it was there for a fourth maybe for Swedru All Blacks. And they are very quick to press and win possession back away from Dreams FC.
Yeah, they're making it easy for them. Swedru All Blacks are just pushing more men forward, and they are making it so difficult for Dreams FC. They are not able to even, you know, string the passes together from defense. We saw that hit from Rudolph Mensah, and it was typical of them. Press high, win the ball, then take your chances there. Doesn't look good for them.
Well, there'll be a lot of argument in the stands as to what really is happening to Dreams FC. How much officials there for Dreams FC looking on and asking a lot of questions. Defensively and attacking wise, whether they have the man there. Dreams FC actually won the only match day 11 home game in the Premier League back in the 2015-16 season. And He also has the opportunity of beating Dreams FC by 4 goals. Well, Midiama, Dreams FC beat Midiama by 4 goals to 0 back in the 2022-23 season. So they got themselves in the Premier League in the 2015-16 season. Really, they have been an exciting side. Their match day 11 away games in the Premier League for All Blacks. In 1999, they beat Bafako Tano by 1-2, and that was an away game for them, where they beat Bafako Tano. Possession 1 here, Namadine in the box, and the offside flag already gone up.
And Namadine has seen much of the ball in the second half, but nothing productive yet from the wide player for Dreams FC. He's combining pace, power, strength to get a job done, but it just comes down to decision making now, especially after creating the space. You just have to be precise, you just have to be accurate with those crosses and passes.
I was just making a point about the match day 11 games there for Swedru All Blacks, and in 1999 they went all the way down to Bafako to beat them by 2-1. And we are in 2025 and already lead Dreams by 2-3, and that's match day 11 away game.
Yeah, Graham, we always talk about history repeating itself in this game, and that's football. Like, sometimes it has a way, an uncanny way of repeating itself, sometimes in fixtures like this. And speaking about match day 11, that could be about 30 years since the last won a match day 11 fixture.
And that was an away game as well.
That's an away game, exactly, and that was a long time ago.
Into the stadium, All Blacks fans were very confident they were going to pick up the 3 points. Ball whipped into the box, and Namadine nearly got the equalizing goal. The super sub was almost there, and Wilfred Dormont believes in him. He knows how to use him anytime he gets a chance.
Yeah, of course, he's created that niche for himself. When the going gets tough, he bails them out. We spoke about the fact that he's seen most of the ball in the second half, but that was a good chance. That flying header.
All Blacks may want to think about something spectacular, and again it was a very good opportunity, and he decided to go out there. And you can talk about the Namadine chance here.
Yeah, of course, he should have headed that one not towards the turf. That was a bit more direct, made it so easy for Clement Ayi to just get his hands on that one, but I think he just headed towards the turf, and that's what the strikers do. That's what the poachers do. Make it difficult for the goalkeeper to even judge the flight of that ball. On the occasion, the Namadine just going straight direct, making it easy for Ayi. There's a time of the game where you're expecting Dreams FC to start throwing more men forward, start creating the overloads, especially in the wide areas where they have the wing backs operating.
Yeah, Namadine in the box, is in a very dangerous areas there. Match day 11 games in the summer where Kamara saved the penalty there for Kumasi Asante Kotoko game, ending goalless.
Yeah, crucial penalty save there. He's been their hero. Was on international duty in games where they conceded big games. Well, here he comes back, steals back that #1 spot and proves the reason why he's the best for them in that position. I tell you what, match day 11, but on match day 34, some of these teams will look back and take a glance at these, incidents, and it could either be a blessing or, ugly for them.
Good of Mensah. Ball taken off his feet there. Giving away. And now Nereba beginning to have a defense splitting pass there to Ajay. And clearly he's been dealt with brilliantly by Dreams FC's Kofi Kuma. Namodine. Cut out beautifully there by Mensah. Ando gets a reverse pass now. And it is straight to All Blacks. Fosu. He's been stopped in his tracks there. The referee says play must continue. And get it. Sending the ball in. Aziz coming to mop things up here for All Blacks. Aye. Wood of Mensah. Well, the advantage has been played on here by center referee David Adani.
Yeah, it's quite unusual. Rudolph Mensah dropping deeper. You know, how the feel of that ball. And sometimes these strikers want to involve themselves in the field of play, and we just saw him drop deeper from that center forward role, and you know, takes that heavy touch, heavy contact there. We're hoping that he's fine.
I tell you what, the fans of Swedru All Blacks here in Accra excited about their performance. Meantime, another relegation haunted team, 11 Wonders, drawing 1-1 with Hawaii United away from home, and Vision FC drawing 2-2 with Hearts of Lions. And Young Apostles at home also drawing goalless there with Accra Hearts of Oak, and Summertex at home also drawing goalless with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But then at the Legon Stadium, it is Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 3.
Yeah, we could see some, you know, movement as far as the table is concerned at the end of match day 11, but you know, a number of stalemates in these games. Yesterday we saw that Minima game end in the stalemate, and we've seen a couple more today. We've spoken about Hearts of Oak in Winchi drawing, spoken about Kotoko in Samrabo drawing, 11 Wonders drawing in Hohoi, Heart of Lions drawing, you know, in Tema. A number of draws, and a win for either or any team at all just shoots them up on the league log.
Well, Hafiz Adams, who really played the first game here against Accra Hearts of Oak, has been given the opportunity to replace Kweku Asranzi Bafu. He's really captain the side and spurring them on to go in for the 3 points. One of the most experienced players in the setup there for Swedru All Blacks, and now he's buying out after almost 68 minutes of play.
Yeah, 23 plus at a time to play, and this is where you start managing the game, and especially for a coach who's been under fire for most of the season, Ahmed Fati, you might not afford to drop points in such, you know, a game. He's really come under scrutiny, and you know, perhaps there's a game that buys him, you know, an ample time to try and turn things around.
Oh, yeah, trying to go with some bit of a exciting moment there. The game is really not over yet. We've got plenty of time in our hands now. Hafiz Al-Hassan, Aziz. Wins the throw in here for All Blacks.
You just have to give credit to the Swedru All Blacks team for winning that midfield battle, despite the fact that they played with a 4-4-2 flat. It's been quite impressive from them in midfield. They really shut down all the passing lanes for Dreams FC. They've dominated. They've been confident on the ball as well. They've created the best chances as well.
Ando dropping down for Leve. Jay wins it back for All Blacks. Leve dropping the ball in again. It's Hafiz! Well, he's been given a very, very delicious plate now, and then he's messed it up.
Yeah, that should have been game over. That's by far one of the biggest chances we've seen in this game. It was, you know, Al-Hassan just having to head that one on target, just directing that one on target. And wherever perhaps he had directed that to, provided it was on target, that would have beaten the goalkeeper. A little or no contact made at all. It was a big chance for Swedru All Blacks to get their fourth in this game.
Well, Aziz has been penalized here for very late tackle there. Did he really get to the ball? But this is an opportunity now for Hafiz.
Yeah, from an onside position, just look at that run. Beautiful run. Oh. Again, the ball hitting the turf, and he misjudged that one. He was clearly onside, and that was a good run from an onside position.
I'll tell you what, the confidence level with which the Swedru All Blacks fans actually majestically walked onto the stadium clearly indicated that they knew what was at stake. Free kick here. Whipped in into the far post once again. The Madini that take a first there. And possession picked up Hafiz Al-Hassan. Now Dreams would have to defend their lines. All Blacks looking for would have Mensah, but again is an offside position. With 20 minutes plus additional time at the Legon Stadium, it is the away side who are really enjoying their football.
Of course, they are. Rudolph gradually getting tired, getting a bit more frustrated. You know, his off-the-ball movement hasn't really been good. It's not really been good for him now, and you know, he's now enjoying the physical duels, the combative, you know, duels with the defenders of Dreams FC.
All Blacks, Hafiz Al-Hassan here. And he's been bundled down. The referee sees that to be a legal tackle. He must continue, he says so.
Yeah, he crashes into his opponent. I think that was a good call by the referee.
Here comes the Modine, and he wins a free kick.
Yeah, he's been direct, very strong. He's a bully sometimes on the ball or with the ball. And Lever is really struggling against the Modine this afternoon since his introduction. Just look at that, trying to just wiggle his way through three Swedru Blacks players. There was no way they were going to allow him, but he just knew he was going to draw the contact, consequently win the free kick.
Here comes the free kick here for Dreams FC. Looking to get the equalizer here at the Legon Stadium. They have been overawed by the performance of Swedru Blacks. The visitors have been very buoyant and confident in this game. They have played one of the most exciting footballs this season. They're trying to make their home a fortress, but it hasn't really worked out for them. Nimodine, wow, that looks like a rugby shot.
Yeah, perhaps. That's a shot that you take to win an extra point, right? Well, that's disappointing from the Modine. Like, just look at that. There was no way the camera was even going to just capture that. Just look at that, out of the shots of the camera, but no, he's been forceful.
Well, the referee is seeing that to be another challenge. So interesting matches played. Match 11 of away games there for Swedru Blacks. When they drew with the Segani Azakas back in 2006-2007 season. And also losing to Ashko. There's a yellow card here to Hafiz Al-Hassan. Well, they animated response there to the referee for dissent.
Yeah, needless. Needless from Al-Hassan Hafiz.
Hafiz. Oh, lovely here for Hafiz Al-Hassan in the box. Hafiz Al-Hassan this time. Oh, Blacks! And hitting it wide once again.
What a shot. What a chance that was, but good defending from Dreams FC, making it very, very difficult for Hafiz, narrowing it the angle. That's a very tight angle to shoot from.
Picking signals that Collins Bois might be given a chance to play a part in the game. The last quarter of an hour to be played for.
Yeah, that was a chance earlier on. Just look at that. Asante does so well to try and stick a leg in. That was straight left foot. It's a bit confusing for Hafiz Al-Hassan to just have a clean strike at that ball.
And so Kelvin Ahiable is out for Collins Bois as a substitution being made. And So Aya goes to ground. Aya needs to be attended to until Dreams FC looking to make some in terms of performance and looking what they really bring on the table. Shadrach Arthur may be given a chance to play a part there for Solomon Nereba. Shadrach Arthur really played a part in the goalless drawn game with Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, very good player, very strong. At this point, we've spoken about game management for Ahmed Fati. It would mean the world to him if he and his charges can guide, you know, and hold on to this 3-2 lead here in this top fixture. They've not won a single point in their first 5 games of the season, or their first 5 away games of the season, and here they stare right in the face of 3 valuable, precious points, and that's where he throws everything. Oh yeah, a game of chess suddenly come to an end for him.
A very historic win it would be for Swedru All Blacks if the scoreline stays his way. The very first competitive match in the Ghana Premier League, and it appears that the home side have been pinned to their own wall.
Yeah, they have, and tactically you must give some credit to Ahmed Fati for the way he set up this team. You know, 4-4-2, but they had so much attacking intent, sometimes looking at 4-2-4, you know, formation, and you know, the 3-back system of Dreams FC have had to pay the price. They've been running all game. That's what sometimes you need to do. You just have to, you know, allow your speedsters to just take the game to the opponent. Just for some errors of them.
And then we do have some opportunities at Dreams FC. Ball dragged to Chris Gedde. Nemodine will pick it up on the far side. Gedde again, the man who scored the second there for Dreams FC. Just being chased there by Fiz Alassan. Into the box and being wiped out. Only as far as Bois. Dreams FC really struggling to keep the balls away and trying to create some bit of a discomfort. Get it. Turns beautifully here. Aziz. And mops it up there for a throw-in advantage. 12 minutes to go. The Dreams FC really pressing and hoping at least they may have opportunity. Another ball whipped into the box and go off the line. Stays on now trying to have the Modine. Turns beautiful with the left foot. And it's been blocked there by Shadrach Arthur.
Yeah, they're doubling up their steps now. Dreams FC can feel the weight, the pressure on their shoulders now. They know how crucial this defeat would be. It was an awful touch there by Benjamin Ajay.
We approach the last 10 minutes of the game, and Dreams FC still pushing, and Shaban, and he hits the ball wide.
Yeah, he found space. He was left alone at the far end. Good positioning by the attacker. Just look at that. He's been hard working. He's worked so hard, but that was a good pass. Just look at that. Controls that for the first time. Cuts onto the right, but that ball was just rising. That's so well to work the angle for himself, but it would be very difficult to just hit that one on target. You can see Swedru Blacks now playing with a lone striker in Rudolf Mensah, and everyone just behind the ball now.
Well, Dreams FC have lost 18 out of 105 home games so far since the 2015-2016 season. Here comes a foul here. For Samuel. The Swedru Blacks trying to have a lot of men in the box of Dreams FC. Another very wasted and with football. There's the 106th game at home being played by Dreams FC, and if at least they lose to All Blacks, now without the 19th defeat at home since the 2015-16 season.
Not a sort of record that wins you the league, not in any season, but at least confirms your participation in the Premier League season in, season out.
Namadine, and again Shaban picks it up here, and Swedru All Blacks in trouble. Namadine! Well, the flag already gone up on offside. It would have been a spectacular way to get a goal there. After doing so against Ohio United, this man is not giving up on that super sub tag on him, and that's how come this man loves him.
Yeah, he's been tenacious. He has that fighting spirit, but just unfortunate the flag had to halt all the hard work by Namadine, and his reaction tells it. He's been so hard working, and he's struggling. The defense of All Blacks struggling to keep him at bay, and he keeps knocking with those chances, but the occasion, just the flag going up on time.
All Blacks have had to play some interesting games in this afternoon's match week 11 game. Those matches played at home, Dreams FC, 105 games, and this will be the 106. They've picked up 61 of those wins and losing 18, and maybe losing their 19th, depending on how things work out. Their free kick here against All Blacks. Shaban Nazir. Just going to get a reverse pass there, and then just losing it out to a J. Puts the ball in. Get it. Shaban. Dreams FC would have to feel that they may have a chance to get into the equalizing goal. And All Blacks now in trouble. All Blacks have their backs facing their own wall.
Yeah, they can smell the danger each and every time. They're staying resolute for now, with Dreams FC going more direct, using the wide areas now. See the Shaban on the right, or the Modine on the left. They're going very direct, hitting in the crosses each and every time they have the chance.
Benjamin Ajay has been withdrawn there for Junior Yabua. Swedru Blacks also coming out with some defensive decisions to at least ensure that they stay and win the 3 points. Probably be asking what will be the outcome as All Blacks begin to find some bit of difficulties in getting out of their danger zone, and flag stays down, and challenge has been regarded as a very legal one. Shaban here for Dreams FC. And Abdulaziz. Hafiz Al-Hassan. And Junior Yabua just couldn't quite keep the ball in play.
Quite unfortunate. Ball comes off his arm, and at this point you can feel Dreams FC, pressing higher than they've done in the first half. They feel at time that's just against them.
Get it. Well, again, it's going to be a foul here. Tackle from behind. Swedru Blacks have conceded in each of their matches played in the month of November in the Premier League since 1999, and that's the foul here. Conceding 3 goals in 3 games, and now they have scored 3 and conceding 2. For the first time, Dreams FC playing a match on the 23rd of November since the 2015-16 season. Free kick into the box. Aya comes out and goes way back. The last 5 minutes plus at a time. And this is Swedru All Blacks, Dreams FC. This is week 11, and the visitors appear to be smiling now.
Of course they are. and you can feel the excitement within that away section of the seats where they just can't sit for a second until maybe perhaps after they've heard the final whistle. It's not really been good for them all season. And you remember when they traveled to Doma, they took the lead, they lost in that game. They've not really, had any luck as far as the away games is concerned. And, for the first time, they're scoring more than 2 goals or even a goal in an away game. That's a huge plus. And looking at the fact that they've also scored 3 times past this Dreams defense, I think Ahmed Fati would really be a happy man should it stay this way. But there's still more to do, especially in defense.
Aziz is beaten here by Shaban. And it's now going to be Wood of Mensah who gets in, wins it now, trying to turn well. And clearly just couldn't find himself away from Yaro Isaac. Send them was everybody back to defend their lines. Possession now to Collins Bois. Ball has been dragged down and sent to left hand side, picked up by Nemodine. Always looking very dangerous. Nemodine striking here, sweeping across the face of goal.
Their best outlet in attack the second half, Nemodine. What a player he's been for them. It's quite unfortunately he's not found the back of the net. Several chances coming his way, but credit to the All Blacks defense as well. It's been tricky. He's been a tricky customer for especially Leve at the right back position, but as he could just thank his stars, he's been able to keep him quiet. They've denied him any goal scoring chance.
James has really parted almost everybody forward. And trying to see if they can have a chance to get more goals there as they put the ball into the box. Just the defensive lines of James FC. Kuma trying to move here on the ball there as Yaro sweeps the ball into the right hand side. Possession back to Junior Yeboah. Now he's going to charge for it there against Yaro. Junior Yeboah has been nudged off the ball there. All Blacks' only game played on the 23rd of November in the Premier League since 1999 season ended in a scoring draw. And that game ended 1-1 with Tema Youth. Hafiza Larson here for All Blacks. Yando really has been working hard in the midfield. Well, it's been a difficult game there for Dreams FC and Woodford Dorman. He has been how he's been able to set his team and how he does it and how he's able to win matches. And ending the winless streak there, All Blacks will be an exciting one as they try to move forward. Ball switch to the right-hand side. And the visitors trying to cutting here may have a chance to go for another ball. And again, seem to be having a lot of supporters there. Every tackle and every attempt to strike there, All Blacks been applauded. There's Samuel Fosu with that opportunity. All Blacks really have kept only 39 clean sheet. 130 games played. Ball into the box now. I'll tell you what, they were going to do 9 minutes of added time. Our Blacks may have a chance for another goal here. There was a lot of talking point about the other time of 9 minutes. Tell you what, there wasn't any long injuries, maybe. And Nemodane has been flagged offside here. Good play now. They forced to try to charge forward now. All Blacks. We can see if they can get another one here to make it forward to the near post. And it's been picked up by Siako. Nemodane here. James FC looking to equalize. Ball whipped in and saved there by Aye. And tell you what, Dreams FC are looking to get the equalizing goal. They really need a point here. Nemodane, ever since it was introduced to the game, has been creating some quality chances there for Dreams FC. And Rudolph Mensah all alone up front. They are really asking a lot of our questions there now as to whether the very first win there for All Blacks will happen against Dreams FC. It was the very first time both teams are meeting. The very last time All Blacks won match day 11 game was back in 1999. And that match was against Bofa Quatano. And here they are in Accra against Dreams FC. Match day 11, almost up there with a win. Rudolph Mensah just going into the tackle there with a Yarrow. He's been penalized for that. A little nudge. The last away set to prevent Dreams FC from scoring at home. And perhaps getting themselves in a very good position in the Premier League. Once again, it's quite hard to folk, and they lost that game by a goal to nil. But it was a home match in the Premier League. They've been able to pick up 2 goals here. And twice they've come behind. Here comes Boa. Still whipping the balls into the box and always getting everybody pushed aside, kept in play. And again, it's All Blacks trying to get themselves in a very difficult position there, but they win a goal kick. Lots of concentration there for the side. Got only 4 minutes of the remaining 9 minutes of other time to play for here at the Legon Stadium. It's Lever here. So there'll be a lot of post-match analysis, the magic from the Black Magicians of Swedru Blacks, and how they were able to do that against Dreams FC. Looking for a 4th goal here, and Rudolph Mensah, oh! And what a chance, cutting back beautifully, and this man allowed the opportunity to just go wayward. Aziz header. Comes Yaro. Now Kuma. It's the last 3 minutes of added time. Namadine picks it up here. Charging forward. Namadine cut back beautifully. And All Blacks get the ball away from the dangerous area. Hafiz Al-Hassan has been dropped from behind. The referee now whistles in his favor. "26 years ago, All Blacks did the impossible. And they may be looking forward to that. An advantage now to the visitors. So I'm trying to see exactly how best they will get themselves into a very good position. And Rudolf Mensah here, and Esiaku shifts the ball away. Trying to get themselves into this area, and almost in the last minute of the other time, Namadine cutting the ball into the box, looking to whip this one in, and there's a corner kick advantage. The last kick maybe. So this is where the Swedru All Blacks fans are just hoping the ball is whipped into the far post. They headed out and against the crossbar, and still struggling to get the ball away. And All Blacks would have to balloon the ball into the Dreams FC box. It's been sent in again. Shaban Winsett trying to cut in here, switch the ball into the box, and now it's All Blacks who are defending gallantly with their lives. Another nudging to the advertising board here. Dreams FC want to throw us everything into the game. The 9 minutes already up here at the Legon Stadium. Ball whipped into the box once again. And it's been headed down. And this time it's been sent across. 26 years ago, match day 11, it was Swedru All Blacks that beat Tano Bofoko by 2-1, an away game, and they have repeated that feat here. All Blacks beating Dreams FC by 3-2, and the very first game, very first win for them after having 4 games or going 4 games winless. It is Dreams FC who failed to stop these jubilant supporters from Swedru from getting this moment. It was all started by Rudolf Mensah. It was cancelled by Suraj Saidu. The penalty was given to them. And then Gedde got the second. But everything changed when Aziz slotted in with that tender ball to make it 2-2 before the break. And then just after the start of the second half, Benjamin Ejay got a third goal there for Swedru All Blacks. They have done the impossible. Ahmed Fatih said they have to fight and get everything in the game. And they have done so exactly. And so, man of the match, Rudolf Mensah, man who got the first goal, he's third in the Ghana Premier League season. And so everything is working, had worked perfectly for the black magicians from Swedru. Ahmed Fatih, the man who had been on the fire, simply can now jubilate with the fans and the players as well. And so it finished here at the Legon Stadium. Dreams FC 2, Swedru All Blacks 3.
What a thrilling, nail-biting end to this game here from the University of Ghana Stadium, where as the away side, Swedru All Blacks walking back to Swedru with maximum points for the first time this season. After 6 attempts, finally, Swedru All Blacks get an away win, and it came at the expense of Dreams FC in the Sunday special featured game, live on TV3, live on Unia, and then also streaming live on at the Plaza. And I'm joined at pitchside by the winning coach, that's Ahmed Fatih. Coach, how excited are you after winning this game?
Actually, before I talk about the game, I have to send a lot of thanks for my player, the Warriors, that they show today how much they responsible about and how they understand the moments that we have in the league, and they work so much hard, and this is the result. And also we come here for all these supporters, they come before us, behind us, and support us until the last moment, like what you see. And for me, it's great because a long time, you know, we didn't win before out or away. So this is good a chance to show ourselves and to say we are here, we can do it. And also to didn't forget, I want to send my thanks for Joe and my assistant Mohammed. They doing very hard work all the week, and I hope it will continue like this.
But what did you tell them? 2-2 at halftime. You scored very late, you know, before the halftime whistle. You gave away 2 goals, a penalty, a cheap goal you gave away. What did you tell them in the dressing room?
Just we have some points that we need to correct. Just we correct, and some motivation. They already motivated enough, so they come and they show the performance what you see.
But what did you tell them after you took the lead? In the last 10 minutes, we saw only Rudolph Mensah, no attacker, everyone behind the ball. Was that the game plan?
Actually, you know, when the time come to you, you have to secure what you got. This is what we try to do. We defend well. We try always to make the transition. After we got the ball, we try to score, but we cannot score more, but it's enough.
So your first 5 away games, no win. Today, your 6th away game, you have a win. Do you think this is what propels you into, you know, the upcoming away matches?
Actually, we focus a lot to get any points from away games. And we try a lot, and this is a very succeed for us, and I hope we can keep doing this.
Thank you very much for your time. Wishing you a safe journey back to Swedru. So that's Ahmed Fatih, the head coach of Swedru All Blacks. He just masterminded a famous 3-2 away win at the expense of Dreams FC at the University of Ghana Stadium. Now, the Dreams FC head coach, the losing coach, joins me at pitchside. I'm here with Fred Dorman. Coachy, how would you sum up the game? A defeat for you at home?
Well, it's very, very disappointing, to be honest. This is not a kind of game that we prepared. In fact, this is not the kind of game we expected these players to manifest. But it's unfortunate that our goalkeeper, did some schoolboy error. He gave out 3 bad goals, and those goals were avoidable goals. We responded after the first mistake, and then we took the lead. Then against the round of play in the first half, they leveled up. We went into the break, we spoke to them, we lifted their confidence, expecting to respond, expecting to come back. Then, under 1 minute inside the first half, another howler, another schoolboy error from the goalkeeper. We tried to respond. We did some tactical adjustment, more attacking inclined players. You know, we pushed them, and we even hit the crossbar. But it's unfortunate that, you know, individual error has to cause us. But hey, it's part of the Ghana Premier League. We just have to look forward to the next game.
Okay, thank you very much, and commiserations on this defeat. So that's Wilfred Dorman, head coach of Dreams FC, and his side just lost to Swedru All Blacks by 3 goals to 2 in a very, very entertaining and also, you know, very, very impressive game here at the University of Ghana Stadium. Now, I'll be joined by the man of the match of the game. He scored for All Blacks, and in the last 2 seasons, or since last season, he scored 30 goals in the Division 1 and then also in the Premier League. Rudolph Mensah is the man of the match in this game. Rudolph, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Talk to me about the tenacity, you know, that never say die attitude of the Swedru All Blacks team today.
Well, first of all, we want to thank God for such a wonderful victory. I think you could see from the onset of the game that we needed it. We wanted it. I think if you look at where we are on the league log, I think it has not been easy for us. I think we being newcomers in here, I think it has been very difficult. But today we needed it, and we needed a win. And so right from the onset of the game, we told ourselves that it has to be today. And by the grace of God, we are able to win this game.
You opened the scoring. What a goal it was with a left foot from a distance. Did you see the goalkeeper off his line, or he just, you know, shot hoping that you'll be lucky on that attempt?
Well, I keep on saying that as a striker, you should always have the instincts to bang in goals. And it's quite unfortunate that, I mean, this season it hasn't been smooth for me. But for me, I think it's a step in the right direction. I saw the goalkeeper to his right, then I needed to place the ball at his left side, and it was a fantastic goal for me.
Third goal now. How many are you targeting for this season?
Well, I think I'll keep on scoring. Let me say it that way. I'll keep on scoring, and I hope to score more to make Swedru All Blacks proud and to make myself proud.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again. So that's man of the match in the game here. Match day 11 encounter at the University of Ghana Stadium. Dreams FC losing at home. Swedru All Blacks by 3 goals to 2. My name is Josiah Okokwe. We're live on TV3, live on Unya, live as well on at the South Plaza. And on behalf of everyone here, we say thanks so much for watching. We'll be back next week with match day 12.